Okay, so I chose to refuse to allow it to stay, but we'll choose, alright, I'll let you stay here instead for this one. Well, I still don't know if Lucy is a demon or not, but something about her gives me the uneasy feeling that she might be telling the truth. No matter how ludicrous this all sounds, this girl really does have horns and a tail. Can't argue with that, no matter how much I want to. Not just that though, something more. Look at Lucy's face is imploring. Red eyes boring to mine, lashes trembling, lips parted. Don't think she's lying to me. She looks far too sincere for that. Even though I don't like it, I don't know if I have any other choice. Don't want to risk it. Far too young to gamble, and my life, or soul rather, might really be on the line here. You don't know the half of it. Right, Lucia, suppose I'll listen to what you had to say for now. Yay! Does that mean you're gonna make me delicious food? Are you gonna make me delicious food right now? No, there's still one hurdle you must overcome if you want to be welcomed into my family. Hurdle? That's right, it could be the biggest challenge you've ever had to face in your demonic little life. Okay, this time we are actually going to bake her something instead of giving her the instant pudding. Oh, are you wearing that dress I made you, right? That's right. Does that mean you like it? Did I do a good job for once? I don't dislike it, but I wouldn't choose to wear it under normal circumstances. But you're wearing it now, aren't you? Because I'm going to bake something. I don't want my clothes to get dirty. Oh, really? That sounds like fun. Do you want me to help? Of course you can. The more the merrier. Thank you. I used to make her ride all the time when she was little, but she's been getting more and more independent lately. I miss spending so much time with her. That's because I'd never be able to get better if I kept following your instructions. You need to do things on your own if you want to improve. That might be true, but it sounds kind of sad. Nothing wrong with relying on others, right? And at any rate, helping out might make me feel slightly less useless. Well, when you say something like that, how could I turn you down? You sound more and more like your mother every day. Well, that's a bad thing. You never get hassled into donating ridiculous sums of money to various charities on the street like I do. And of course you would be that. Like, why am I not surprised at this point? Anyway, I'm going to get changed. Changed? Do you have a cute dress too? Not quite. Oh my god, that would be cute if you had like a cute little maid's dress. I don't know if I'd be opposed to your idea, but making clothes for myself isn't as much fun as making them for other people. So, what are you gonna wear, Mr. Kazuki? My cute apron, of course. It's a must for any aspiring chef. With this dramatic announcement, Dad opens a drawer and pulls out one of his trusty aprons from his large and ever-expanding collection. Oh, it is cute. I love it. Naturally, the apron is pink, like 80% of the others. And of course they would be. For some reason, Lucia looks impressed by this. Wow, you look so cool. I don't know about that, but thank you all the same. Anyway, what kind of thing did you want to bake? Something sweet. I want to eat lots of sweets. I see. In that case, I think I have an idea. Why don't we make some apple rose tarts? That sounds interesting. At least she's happy about it. They're so cute. See her size as she takes a tray of freshly baked tarts out of the oven and enveloped in a pair of oven mitts. Looks happy, my heart starts to melt. Happiness must be contagious. Kind of like the plague. I don't think that's the comparison you should be using. Wow, now that's pretty demonic. Alright, Lucia. Be careful, they're hot. It's fine, Kazuki. I can do at least this much. Eyes furrowed in concentration, Lucia carries the tray across the kitchen and sets it on the counter to cool. Oh, they do look cute. Man, I'm tempted to make these myself, actually. Homey aroma of freshly baked pastry hangs in the air, mingled with the sweet scent of apples. It makes me feel as though I'm standing in the middle of an enchanted orchid. Rose tarts themselves look exceptionally cute, curled up in their separate slots on the baking pan. Peels crafted from thin stripes of red apple make them look like real flowers. It's just as Dad said, these tarts really do look like snacks fit for an elegant princess, also rendering forest sprite. The kind of tarts you could imagine the Red Queen from Alice in Wonderland converting. Can I try one? Can I? Of course you can. They're nice to look at, but they're even nicer to eat. Yay! Then I'll just help myself. Oh no, not quite so fast. Dad reaches forward, brushing Lucia's fingers away from the pan. For one thing, the pan is still hot. For another, we need to think a bit more seriously about the presentation. Presentation? Yes, I still need to add some finishing touches. Make this a truly delicious treat. Just stand back and leave everything to me. The apple rose tart sit elegantly on a white plate, pastry light and crispy. Apples braised light brown, just waiting to be eaten. That was right. When it comes to food, it always is. Rose tarts look even more appealing freed from the confines of the baking pan. And they looked plenty appealing back then too. Wow, I've never seen anything more adorable before. I thought you said my school uniform was the most adorable thing you'd ever seen. Then, after that, the silly maid outfits. That's right, they're all the most adorable. But they can't all be. That is impossible. Anything is possible, if you just believe. Alright, you two, you can start eating now. I'll get cold if we dally any longer. But they all look so cute. I feel guilty eating them now. It's very flattering, but isn't that why we made them in the first place? Sure, right now, more than anything in the world, they want to be eaten by you, Lucia. Right now, more than anything in the world, I want to make a lot of money, but we can't all have what we want. Man, I honestly feel that, right? I definitely feel that. Are you sure? Of course. Really sounds would consider being eaten by you a privilege, since you're so cute. Thank you, Kazuki. Sure seems you two are getting along well. Oh, you're very cute as well, Rai. That should go without saying. You are your mother's daughter. Yes, I think Rai's very cute too, even if she does pout all the time. That's none of your business. Why should I care about your opinion? You're blushing, Rai. That's because what you're saying is embarrassing and unnecessary. Huh? Why can't I tell you that I think you're cute? Though, I thought it would make you happy. I mean, it probably does, but knowing Rai, she doesn't know how to take a compliment. Maybe it does, a little, but it feels kind of weird. Weird? Anyway, that's right. We keep talking, the tarts will get cold. Thank you for the food. Pick up a tart in my fingers, burning them as I do, and take a bite. We use Fuji apples to make these tarts, popular throughout Japan for their uniquely sweet flavor and bright red coloration. Sweetness of the apple spreads across my tongue, punctured by a satisfying dash of tartness that makes my mouth tingle. Pastry is delicate, light and buttery, and offsets on the flavour of the apples, simultaneously adding an extra crunch to the already crisp apple skins. Tarts really are good. I've had them before, but I don't know if they have ever tasted quite this nice. Maybe eating food with other people really does make it taste better. I thought that just one of the things Dads like to say. You little Sophism encourages the importance of family meals. That there might be a gem of truth to it after all. Tarts are undeniably delicious. It could be the sight of Lucia's face, wreathed in smiles as she samples her own tart. That gives it an extra special something. Aw, it's so cute. Feel my cheeks heating up. Why am I getting so embarrassed? Watching other people eat has always felt strangely intimate to me. People eat food they let down their defenses. Not that Lucia has many of those. Their true feelings shine across their face. Wonder what kind of face I'm pulling right now. I probably look like an idiot. Set my tart back down on my plate and reach for the mug of cinnamon tea. The mug is warm and it makes the tips of my fingers tingle, but not unpleasantly. Cinnamon tea tastes itself is sweet, but it also has a certain measure of spiciness to it. It makes my whole body feel warm. Not just because it's hot, but because it feels comforting, I suppose. Cinnamon tea is meant to be good for you. That's what Dad says, anyway. Told me it helps fend off common colds, which is why he brews it for me in the winter. Do you like it? What do you think? I think it's really great. It's delicious. You're the best, Kazuki. Yay, thank you. I would out too, you know. Stand to compliment me a bit. Not that I really care or anything, just can't stand the injustice, that's all. I'm sorry, Rai. I don't want you to feel left out. I think you did a really good job too. You're always also the best. How can two people be the best? If you're going to compare us, one has to be better than the other. Oh, don't be so serious. You said you're both the best, so you are. Isn't that good enough? My color's returning to my cheeks. I wish it wouldn't. I don't even know why I'm blushing so much. Guess I'm not just not used to being complimented by people. Why does Lucia have to be so enthusiastic? It's embarrassing. My mother's home. Oh, what's this? It smells heavenly. Oh, it smells heavenly in here. What a way to welcome me home from work. Ah, Yuki, welcome back. Mom stands in the doorway, hair neatly as styled as ever. Clothes falling around her body in elegant waves. Looks a little tired though. Face is paler than usual, despite being dusted in a layer of makeup. That director, Soto, really must be a slave driver. Despite this, Mum perks up when she smells the enticing aroma of the apple rose tarts. Do you mind if I try one of these tarts? Do you, dear? I know I'm on a diet, but I've been rushed off my feet all day. I could use something sweet. Of course I don't mind. Help yourself, Yuki. Are you sure? Did you make these for the girls? It's fine. They're so good I want to share them with everyone. Says Lucia, who has demolished 5 of those tarts and is already starting on the 6th. Well, thank you, Lucia. That's very generous of you. It's no problem. And it even looks like you managed to cheer Rai up too. What are you talking about? Oh, nothing. Just that silly smile you've been trying to hide behind your mug of cinnamon tea. Shoulders stiffen. Face turns red. Why is Mum so sharp? Not my fault I'm smiling. Just can't help it. Because Lucia's always invariably so nice to everyone. That's not just how I expect a demon to act at all. Though it's unexpected, I can hardly say it's unwelcome. In fact, I'm glad of it. But she annoys me on several counts. I think I like Lucia. Like her enough not to scold her for eating a silent apple rose tart, or talking with crumbs all over her mouth, so my affection must run rather deep. Maybe I could even imagine myself, and this is purely hypothetical imagining, mind you, actually being a friend someday. Or maybe something more, wink wink. Just maybe. Okay, while we're at the festival, we're gonna go for the dango. Ooh, these are so cute. What are they, Rai? They're dango. Dango? It tilts her head to one side, pressing her index finger against her lower lip. Thought dango were round, and he ate them as sticks like the takoyaki. Some dango are round, but these are chichi dango, usually shaped in squares, like this. Oh, I see. How innovative. Japanese food is so interesting. Is it? I don't really understand Lucia sometimes. She gets excited by the strangest of things. Anyway, I'm gonna try one. Thank you for the food. Dango are a light pink colour. Or are a light pink colour. They're cherry blossoms, and coated with rice flour. Shine underneath the paper light strung up around the festival ground, which makes them look even more appetizing. Following Lucia's lead, pick up a piece of dango, steady my fingertips with rice flour in the process and pop it into my mouth. Dango is sweet, fused with soft and subtle flavour of cherry blossoms. It's chewy but not overly so. It slides down my throat easily. Ah, so delicious. So happy I could cry. Please, don't cry. I have a handkerchief on me, and I wouldn't know what to do. Oh, I see you introducing Lucia to the wonders of authentic Japanese sweet, right? Perhaps would approve. Mum? What are you doing? A lot of people around here are wearing Western clothes instead of the more traditionally yukata. Mum still stands out. Mum always has to be the center of attention, wherever she goes. Guess that's why she became an actress. Can't think of any career more suited for her. It's probably a good thing that Rai here definitely doesn't follow suit of her mother, because she's quite the opposite. She doesn't like the attention at all. Holding a paper bag filled with a piece of light pink chichi dango in her arms. I should have known she'd be here. She'd always loved Japanese food. And if Mama's here, then where's Dad? He's over there. I think he's trying to catch some fish, because of course he would be. Not just his vaguely one hand. Turn and sure enough, I'm able to catch a glimpse of his light pink head of hair. Dad stands out in the crowd too. Not because of his clothes, but because he's so very tall. Mum and Dad really do make a striking couple. At any rate, I'm glad you're enjoying your dango, Lucia. It really is good, isn't it? It's delicious. The flavors aren't very strong, but that's what makes it special. Indeed, if the flavors were any stronger, it might be overpowering, given the texture is so chewy. My flavor offsets the texture, so it doesn't become too trying on your palate. That's exactly right. Flavor complements the texture. So clever. Isn't it just? Mother used to make a lot of traditional Japanese sweets. Mochi, daifuki, manju, and she told me about them. Some of the cooking methods are rather complicated. It's all about trying to find a balance, achieving a perfect harmony between the flavor and the texture. Japanese cuisine sounds complicated. I need to study harder. I'd be more than happy to help you. May not look it, but I know a thing or two about food myself. I used to love watching Mother when she made mochi for our New Year's celebration. Didn't make cheap mochi for Mochi no Me either. She pounded the rice herself. Difficult work, but she said it was worth it for the authentic flavor. My mother didn't do things by halves. I think that's why she liked Suki so much. I started dating him, he'd come over and help her with the cooking. Mom probably thought, wish my daughter were as helpful as this boy. Why couldn't he be my child instead? Sure, my mother would like you too, Lucia. Do you really think so? Of course, she's a kind old dear. She doesn't have a bad word to say about anyone. She likes doting on people too. Sure, she'll be especially interested in a girl who comes from the humble town of Hell. Oh, I'm sure she would be. Are you trying to say something about your own mother? I don't know if Hell is all that interesting. We don't have any nice food there. It doesn't matter. Mother would love to spoil you. You and Rai should go visit her sometime. She probably gets lonely up in Onomichi. Want to visit her more often, but I don't really have the time. Work has been so hectic lately. Don't forget, the sea isn't going to be here very long. We don't have enough time to go anywhere besides I have school. Yes, you're right. You're always so sensible, dear. Must be because you're my daughter. Well, if Lucia comes to stay in the summer holiday, you can always go and visit her then. Do you like the sound of that? I mean, I don't know how to exactly get down there without, offing myself, but you can eat as much natto as you want. You'll be eating natto until the sight of fermented soybeans makes you want to scream. Don't be so negative, Rai. You can never have too much natto. I beg to differ. You fancy city girl, you. Don't appreciate your heritage enough. You're spoiled by all the Western restaurants around here. Says you, when you're always going around dressed like a Hollywood movie star. It's the last time you wore a yukata. Don't be silly, Rai. That is that, and this is this. They're two entirely different things, of course. They are? I'm not so sure. At least Lucia seems happy. She always is. I'd love to visit your relatives, right? That sounds like fun. I'd like to become part of an even bigger family. Apparently back in Hell is already pretty big though. Besides, I'm not sure if they'd let me come back here again. Dad's kind of strict. If you want, I can try and convince your parents for you. Adults don't always listen to children, but they usually listen to people their own age. There are no sense to it, other than pride, but that's just how the world works. You really like to talk to my dad? Of course. Language barrier might be a little difficult, but I have a few secrets of my own. Region isn't entirely foreign language to me. But you aren't scared, are you? Why should I be scared? Because he's my dad. He's one of the 72 elves that govern the Hell. Sends more souls to eternal damnation than you have stars in the sky. I imagine I've stolen at least double the amount of hearts during my career. Nothing frightens me, sweetie. You just leave it to me. Wow, you're so cool. Yes, I hear that a lot too. One more thing, here's just how humble my mother is. Truly, you can never find a meeker, milder Yamato and then there's Shikyo across the whole of Japan. No, bad kitty. So please try to keep your cat under control. I told you, it isn't mine. I just... Oh no. I think our father needs saving. Now why did that scream sound so familiar? Oh god, what has he gotten himself into? Oh my. Oh no. Seems to have been an altercation at the fish scooping stall. Usually fish scooping stalls have a small body of water in front, contained in a tub, that's filled with goldfish. Only goldfish. And yet, for some reason, there's a grown man sitting on the ground, dressed in water, goldfish flapping about helplessly around him, choked by the air. The tub that once held those fish is knocked to one side, leaking water out uselessly, like the stump of an arm oozes blood. Yeah, that's a weird comparison to be saying. Yeah, my similes are pretty horrible. What of it? Worst things there on TV. I mean, you do have a point, but still. This isn't exactly a kitty! Oh my god. You're so cute. I thought I was about to say before I got distracted, this isn't exactly supposed to be a horror game, but also kitty! Oh my god, he's so cute! Can we keep him? Please? Man says they're dazed and confused, shivering in the cold night breeze. He looks familiar. Horribly familiar. Don't recognize the cat perched on his head though. How on earth did that happen? Dear, you're in such a state. Covered in water. Color's all wet. I know. I'm sorry for causing a scene, Yuki. Oh, Yuki. It's okay. You don't need to apologize to me. I'm not upset. Yuki, thank you. Now hold still. I'll help you clean up. Mom tussles Dad's hair clean with a towel, then none too impressed owner of the fish catching stall handed us. How did this even happen though? You are aware you're meant to catch the fish at the stall, not go swimming with them, aren't you? Of course I'm aware. There was just a problem. Problem? Yes, the cat. It was one of the cats I always feed when I see it by the riverbank. I guess it thought I must have had some food on me, because it started to follow me, and then it got a bit annoyed since I didn't have anything to give it, and so it pounced on me, I suppose. Pounced? A tiny kitten like that? And that's right, pounced. Don't be silly, dear. It's a stray cat, not a lion. How could it pounce? Oh, you would be surprised at how agile little kittens can be. I don't know, but it did. It pounced, and it knocked me over, and then, well, you know. You all saw what happened then. No, I told you not to feed the homeless cats around here. I did say. I know what you said, but they all look so sad and lonely. I couldn't help myself. I honestly don't blame you there, because again, I would do the same with the kittens. Now they see you as a massive pushover. That's nice. I just wanted to help them. You had noble aims, I'm sure. Sadly, the best laid plans often go awry. Lived in this world long enough to understand that. Fortunately for our father, he's a bit too kind-hearted. But I can't fault him there, seeing as I am also the same. Ah, right, look. Right, it's starting. Huh? Hey, we get to see the fireworks. Yay. Flowers are blooming in the sky. Bright red, yellow, green, and blue. No, they're not flowers. They're fireworks. A series of loud, explosive bangs split through the night air. The crowd cheers in approval. See a cheers to. Face illuminated with a whole carnival of colours. Amazing. This is so amazing. Another volley of fireworks are sent up into the sky. They explode in showers of sparks. Popping, banging, and crackling continues, dyeing the night sky with an array of rainbow colours. It's so beautiful. I've never seen anything like it before. It's incredible. Incredible. Yet another round of fireworks burst in the night air. The sea giggle is a light, airy giggle that sounds almost euphoric. Hi. She turns around about on the spot, sees the very color fluttering in the breeze, looks at me with a smile. Thank you for bringing me here. It's like something from a dream. I'll never forget this moment. Not ever. That's kind of a sweet moment. Hello, you two. Did you have fun? I had loads of fun. I saw the fireworks, and they went like boom. Hopefully you're not going to give us big five booms or whatever. I hate that fucking meme so much. Sia throws her hands up and out in the air to demonstrate, and Mum giggles. Yes, I imagine they were. You have such a way with words, Lucia. Thank you. I got to do lots of fun things too. Oh, like what? Ryan and I ate lots of nice food. We got to throw hoops, and I made a sugar candy sculpture too. Sugar candy sculptures? That takes me back. I used to like doing those. You need a steady hand, don't you? That's right. I wasn't very good at it, but Raya was. She had such a look of concentration on her face. She didn't get a single crack in her sculpture. Very impressive. Raya's always been a hard-working gal. She will accept any burden, no matter how great. Please don't lump me together with Dad. I'm nothing like him. And speaking of Dad, oh yeah, how is he and that kitten of his doing? Dad trudged along behind Mum, his head hanging. Looks like a battered flower at the very back of the florist that nobody would want to buy. Half the petals missing. Right, stop being mean to your poor father. Side of it is kinda sad, actually. Dad, are you alright? I'm fine. You don't look fine. It's just, ever since I fell into the goldfish pond, I keep shivering. Teeth have been chattering away all night, like castanets. I could hardly hear the fireworks. I'm sorry, Yuki. I just, chew. Dad suddenly sneezes, loudly. Lucia jumps. Yeah, Dad sneezes are always super loud. Are they lighting up more fireworks? That sounded like a really loud one. God damn it, Lucia. I wouldn't say that Raya is rubbing off onto her, but I think it's just innocent and naive, I guess. Don't worry about it, sweetie. It was just my dear dripping husband. I'm sure he'll be dripping later, hey? Am I right or am I right? You can't give me stuff like that and not expect me to make a joke out of it. I even brought a stick of candy floss, but I was shaking so much I dropped it. Not the candy floss, anything but the candy floss. Don't worry, dear. If you catch a cold, I'm sure to warm you up. Hey? Oh, I'm sure you'll be warming him up alright. Now, why don't we make our way back home? You've all had a very busy night. And I'm sure you two have an even busier night ahead of you. Just make sure the kids don't hear you. I think they're a bit too young to know about that kind of stuff just yet. Oh, Kazuki will be alright. He just has a bit of a cold, but he'll be fine tomorrow morning. I sure hope so. I know so. But it looks like Dad's a resilient person. It must be to live under the same roof as Mum for so long, without having some kind of nervous breakdown. Or having a child like you as well. Bad enough that Mum's pretty intelligent and rich. She doesn't like to show off about it either. Even I feel inferior when compared to Mum sometimes, so I have no idea what her company does to Dad. Well, I'm sure he'll cope. It's a little bit of water compared to more than a decade of being stood beneath your own parents' or own partner's shadow. Man, that's a very depressing thought. Sure, he might have been shivering and coughing a lot when we walk back home, but I'm sure a hot bath will solve everything. I had so much fun though. Sia sits at the foot of my bed, toying with a koto, bright smile on her face. So excited, couldn't possibly get to sleep now. Oh, you couldn't, could you? No, there's just no way. Well, that's awfully convenient. What do you mean? I mean, there'll be no problem if I make you do your math homework now, will there? Right, that's not fair. I don't want to do my homework now. It's far too late. Well, you should have thought about that before you asked to go to the festival, shouldn't you? You're so mean. Only be mean for your sake, Alicia. And for mine as well. Can't deny it. Power over people is rather rewarding. Yeah, you definitely take after your mother. Why are we having natto for breakfast again? No, there's nothing wrong with extra natto. But I don't like it. I am shocked at you. I got a daughter of mine, own flesh and blood, claim to dislike natto. Natto is the richest, most nutritious, most humble and hard-working of all fermented beings. I will not stand to hear it disgraced so in my home. How can a bean be humble or hard-working? Prime my natto with tips of my chopsticks. Squish, 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 squish. As expected, it doesn't respond. I mean, it's just a bowl of soybeans. What else was I expecting? Also, it's just lying there. Doesn't really do much. That's because you're not giving it a chance. You should eat your natto and allow it to spread fermented goodness throughout your body. If you say so. But it sounds kind of gross. What would fermented goodness even look like? Natto, apparently. Come on, Rai. See you eating her natto. Don't want to lose to Lesnia, do you? It's a competition? Of course it is. I'm going to give you affection points throughout the day, based on your behavior. Who knows? If you earn over 20 affection points, I might even give you an autograph. That's called blackmail, Mum. And I just lost one. Oh no, now you lost an affection point, right? Like I care. And I lost another one. You're enjoying this, aren't you? But of course, is there any deeper meaning to life other than enjoyment? Such a bad role model. Love my mother, but she can be a pain sometimes. Well, it's not like I care about these affection points, whatever they are. This is just some stupid game Mum will probably get tired of in an hour. Why would I want her autograph anyway? She's my own mother. You're gonna give me a prize? Have the decency to make it cool. Hard cash. Or called hard cash. Ah, Yuki. Yes, what is it, dear? I was wondering, how many affection points do I have? Well, I guess there's one person at this table who's always desperate for Mum's love and affection, even if her love and affection can be rather scary. Yeah, our father loves her all the same. Now, let me see. No, don't pour that to dear old father. No, not my minus 500. God, I don't think he can take that. Minus 500, perhaps? Minus 500? But why? What did I do wrong? You didn't do anything wrong. I just want to see you cry. And I thought Ray was fucking mean. Jesus Christ. Okay, yeah, I definitely see where she gets it from. How cruel. You really are a sadist. Yet you still love me. Yeah, somehow. That's alright. I love you more than anything. Good, good. Love you too, dear. Now, why don't you come here? I'll kiss all your tears away. Tears that you caused, Mum. Wanted to say, but I decided to keep quiet. Don't really understand the relationship between my parents, but at least they seem to get along. At least while they're in front of you. Dad crosses the kitchen and kneels next to Mum, his cheeks tinged with pink. Watched unimpressed as Mum presses a kiss against Dad's cheek. Roll my eyes. Come on, Lucia, we're going to school. The sooner I get out of this house, the better. Yeah, leave them to their own devices. I'm sure they have their own devices. Yeah, I'm not even gonna say anything else to that. Otherwise this game is going to turn into something very, very different. It's not fair. What isn't fair? I didn't get to finish all my natto. Most people would count that as a blessing. Well, not most people. I like that natto, right? I liked it lots and lots. I wanted second helpings too, and thirds. Well, I'm sorry, but Dad was a little distracted this morning. Don't think he was any fit frame of mind to serve you more natto, Lucia. I guess, but on top of that, you're saying we had to eat this? There was a bag filled with convenience store food, clutched tightly in her right hand. For lunch? I want to eat something homemade. Nothing wrong with convenience store food. Be thankful I had enough money on me so we could buy this at all. But, see a sniff kicking at a small pebble on the side of the road. It's still not fair. Don't be like that. Got to eat lots and lots of delicious food at the festival yesterday, didn't you? I guess that's true. Sia pauses, when tugs at her pale blonde hair, making it flutter. Tail protrudes beneath the hem of her skirt, twitches. Because of the breeze or because of her own emotions? I'm not sure. Maybe both? Wonder how that tail of hers works. Is it particularly sensitive? If I prodded it with a pin, would it hurt? Kinda want to try it out, but then again, giving into my base urges, and I'd be no better than Mom. And, we might end up dead if we try that. If we try hurting her again. Sorry for being selfish, Rai. Don't want to be ungrateful. I'm really happy that you've done so many nice things for me. I blink. Sia's been sulking all the way to school. Feels cloudier than a thunderstorm. Didn't expect her to concede so easily. Thought she'd be sulking for the rest of the day. But maybe not. Sia might be stubborn, hard-headed, but she's not completely unreasonable. At heart, she's a sweet girl, or demon, rather, and I don't think she wants to see me upset. I think you're a nice girl, Rai. I'm happy I met you, even if I was being a little sulky just now. That doesn't change the fact that I like you lots and lots. Well, look down the ground, my face flushing. I'm not used to being complimented, so I react kind of badly to it. It's fine. You don't need to go that far. Don't think I'm particularly nice, either. Might not think it, but I do. I know it. Sia shoves the plastic carry bag of food to her left hand and then links the finger of her right with mine. Palm is soft and gentle, unblemished despite the pit of burning sulfur from which she came, and the sun makes my cheeks turn light pink. You're a nice girl, Rai. The nicest. That's why you took me to the festival yesterday. Why you let me eat all that yummy food. I know you didn't want to go, but you didn't refuse, because you're really soft deep down inside. I am not. I'm not. I thought it would be a pain to argue with you, but that's all. Because you didn't want to upset me, right? Sia's fingers squeezed about mine, assistant. Thought to turn my head away. Gaze are so pure, beginning to feel lightheaded. Idiot. Maybe I am. I shouldn't have been so rude earlier, and I shouldn't have focused on things I don't have. Instead, I should focus on what I do have instead. Half-eaten bologna back home and a bag of cheap convenience store food? No, silly. Sia smiles, pale lashes flutter, and a tail, black as a stick of licorice, twitches. I have you. Oh, so cute. See, look just as lovely as ever. The uniform really does suit you. How compliments your eyes. Your hair is so cute and fluffy. It looks just like a cloud. I want to take a bite of it. Nom nom. Thank you, everyone. The class crowds around Lucia as soon as she sets foot in the classroom. These faceless messes are predictable, and they're noisy too. At least Lucia seems to be taking it in her stride. Doesn't even break a sweat. Wonder if there's a way to make any money from Lucia's immense popularity. Because of course you'd be thinking of money, right? Perhaps I could ask Dad to sew Lucia a few more cute frilly outfits, and he can take photos. Dad's not that good at taking photos. He always gets his thumb in the way of the lens, but when it comes to cute things, his skill level increases dramatically. If it wasn't for Lucia's sake, he'd be able to take photos that could rival that of a professional. Then I could take those photos and laminate them. Mum could teach Lucia how to draw a cute and quirky and innovative autograph of her own. I could get Lucia to sign these stacks of photographs, and then we could give them to people at school, for a price, of course. Thinking maybe 500 yen? Does that sound too much? Too little? If every person in my class brought one, we'd be raking in the money in no time. I saw you at the festival yesterday, Lucia. Oh, you did? That's right, it kinda looked adorable. Thank you. Kazuki made it for me. Kazuki? Is that Sakaba's dad? One looks like he's gonna cry all the time. Mom said that she saw him at a parents' evening last term. Apparently he got lost and somehow ended up getting locked in a gym storage cabinet. Yep, that sounds like our father. What, seriously? No way. Please don't remind me. I finally managed to put that painful memory behind me. Can't believe it. How could a class like that sew such cute clothes? The world is full of mysteries. Biggest mystery being how the heck Lucia is so cute. I'm so jealous. Wish I'd seen her at the festival too. I didn't see Lucia. I saw someone who looked like her. It might have been her sister. What? You mean there's another cute blonde girl living in our town? I'm not sure. I've never seen her before. I didn't get a good look, but she's very pretty and very, very blonde. Blonde girls really are the best. You see golden hair like that, then you just want to lick it. Ew, don't lick the hair. No, that's weird. Really? I think so. Definitely weird. Seems rather uncouth. It's rather strange. Look at any nutrients out licking hair either. No, wait, did I just expose a really embarrassing side of myself? Yes, you did. It's alright. It's alright, disembodied chin, eh? I didn't even remember your name, so it doesn't make any difference to me. And probably not to us either. Seeing as none of these students ever got a proper name. Or even a proper, character sprite either. Alright class, sit down in your seats. Class quiets instantly. Even the student with the hair licking fetish. God, he's not gonna let that one down, is he? Or she? Right. This Tamara appears at us from over the rims of her glasses, her arms crossed beneath her chest. I know you were all having fun at the festival yesterday, but I hope you remember to do your homework. Yes, miss. Good. If I find out any of you are lying to me, there will be consequences. Eyes flashed dangerously and I gulp. I started to feel anxious myself, even though I made sure to do all my homework. Mrs. Tamara, how's that affect on people? I also have some news I need to share with you regarding our school trip on Friday up in the mountains. Ah, that's right, school trip. I forgot about it. Given all the things that have been going on, there really is a school trip coming up, isn't there? Glance over at Lucia, curious. What does she think about this? Doesn't take me long to figure it out. A school trip? A real school trip? Her face is flushed and her eyes are sparkling. So you already knew we were going on a school trip? That's right. But how did you know? Even I've forgotten about it. It's elementary, my dear Watson. You know Sherlock Holmes never actually said that. Of course he didn't. You can't trick me, Rye. I know he isn't real. Well, that's also true, I guess. Sia grins. She looks so smug I kinda want to pinch her cheeks. Isn't it only natural I know about this trip? It was easy for a sleuth like me to discover. Was it now? Yep, looked it up on the internet, of course. The internet, of course. I should have known, really. Dante's Divine Comedy doesn't mention anything about the strength of Hell's Wi-Fi signal, but Dante lived almost 1,000 years ago, and the times have changed. Even Hell can remain entrenched in the 14th century, it seems. I'm very good at using the net, though. Pia looked it up for me. She said all the information was there on your school website. Pia? Who's that? One of my sisters. She spends a lot of time on this online forum, posting pictures of cute anime girls, telling people to step on thumbtacks. Yep, that definitely sounds like Fia. Don't really get it. She always gets really, really mad when she goes on those sites, but that doesn't stop her going on it. I wish I knew why. Technology is a frightening thing. It really is. It really, really is, isn't it? Yeah, definitely some people in the world that should not have access to the internet. At all. Ever. Anyway, moving on from that depressing topic, two of us sit there for a while, pondering. Since it's such a nice day, Lucia asked if we could eat lunch out in the school field, and I obliged. The track team practices out here, but only on Mondays and Fridays, so nobody should bother us. The wind rustles through the trees, toying with my hair, and I shift, brushing a few strands behind my ears. So, do you know where we're going on this trip? Yep, your scary teacher said we were going to pick berries in the mountain. That's right. I think it's a bit of a tradition. And then last year too, and the year before that. It sounds like fun. Aren't you excited? No, it's pretty dull to tell you the truth. I want to go somewhere with a bit more culture like Kyoto or Okinawa. School doesn't have the money for that though. The school building is so big, and your uniforms are so nice. And that's why they can't afford to take us anywhere. School governors spend all their money already. Just don't get your hopes up this year. The trip is pretty dull. No way, I don't believe it. Can't be dull if I'm with you, right? Well, thank you, I guess. You're welcome. Now, it's time to eat. Lucia roodles around in a plastic carry bag and unveils the few items we brought for lunch. I didn't have much money with me, so I couldn't afford to buy a lot, but there should be enough to satisfy Lucia for half an hour or so. Lucia eats, her tail twitches. I watch it, transfixed. I wonder what would happen if I pulled it. Stop trying to imagine hurting poor Lucia. And however, decide to leave her tail be. Who knows what will happen if I touch it. I might get cursed. Or worse, had to face off against her sister. Again. It's best not to meddle in affairs like this. There's still too much about Lucia I don't know. Don't ever want to find everything out. There are some things mere mortals like myself shouldn't do. Okay, we skipped forward a little bit, but for this option, we are going to be making her pancakes this time and not buying her food. Man, I could go for some good pancakes right now. Actually, been kind of craving them. Oh, do you girls want to use the kitchen? That's right. Ray says we're going to make pancakes. Pancakes, is it? So simple to make, but they're really delicious. That's right. I've never had them before, so I'm really excited. You've never had pancakes before? This really is a shame. We must be more impoverished than I thought. I don't think it's particularly poor country. Not that it matters, given Lucia doesn't even come from Norway. In light of this tragedy, you must be serving pancakes right now, without any delay. Are you sure about that? Of course I am. Never been sure about anything before in my life. But you haven't finished cleaning the rest of the dishes away from dinner. Shouldn't you do that first? Well, now I need to finish cleaning, but that can wait. I just can't leave poor Lucia be, now that I know she's never eaten a pancake before. That's far too sad. It is sad. It's something I regret every single day. Hey, you didn't know what pancakes were until today. Don't try to play the sympathy card. That's gullible enough as it is. Sorry, Rai. At any rate, I suppose we can start cooking now. Pancakes are rather simple, so it shouldn't take too long. Is it alright if I help too, Ray? You can help when you're finished cleaning everything up. There's no time like the present. Chop chop. Indeed. You might have a point. Dad smiles and hangs his head, cowed by my irrefutable logic. Right. Do you want to help out, Lucia? Yes, I do. Just tell me to jump and I'll say how high. Don't need you to jump. I'm not an army officer. And you're not chill either. At least when not talking to Wheatley. You say that, but sometimes I wonder. I cough. Anyway, I want you to break these 2 eggs into that mixing bowl. Do you think you can do that? Roger, Captain. Winning smile, Lucia takes one of the eggs in her hands and crushes it right between her fingers. Yeah, we should have been more... Yeah, I was gonna say, I hope she doesn't like just mixing the shell of the egg as well, but here we are. Delicate eggshell splinters and the uncooked egg white drips down her fingers like slime. Right? Yes. Did I do something wrong? What do you think? My hand is all sticky now. It would be. And then you meant to crack the egg on the side of the bowl, not in your hand. Got a piece of eggshell everywhere now. I won't be able to pick it out at all. Maybe entrusting this rather sensitive task to Lucia was a bit too optimistic on my part. You go and wash your hands, Lucia. I'll crack the eggs. Oh, okay. But what do you want me to do? Shall I measure out the flour? The baking powder? Oh no, what have we done? Suddenly haunted by an image of our kitchen covered in white powder. Not a single surface left bare. I mean, we're already pretty wide around here anyway, so it's not like you're going to be able to notice. No, don't trouble yourself with that. That's boring anyway. You wouldn't enjoy it. Why don't you mix everything up when I've got it all in the bowl? Doesn't that sound like fun? Ah, yes, and I'll do that then. You should at least be able to handle the mixing. Right? Right? Oh no. We're not gonna have much batter left, are we? Oh, look right, it's bubbling. It's supposed to, because of the heat. Looks just like the sulfurous rivers that run through hell. I don't know if that sounds very appetizing. I think it's about time to flip this pancake, don't you? Looks like it's ready. I was just about to do that, Dad. Do you want me to lend you a hand? Skillet might be a bit too heavy for you. It's alright, I've got it. Done this before enough times. Tighten my grip on the handle of the skillet. My knuckles turning white. Then, with one deft motion, let the pancake into the air. Oh, amazing! Thank you. Pancake lands neatly back in the center of the skillet with a salted, only barely audible plop. And spill a single drop of batter. Maybe I thought she was going to flip it too high and it was going to stick to the ceiling. That would have been fucking funny. Dad whistles under his breath, evidently impressed, as he should be. It really was something. How did you get so good at this, Ray? I practiced a lot. And you didn't think it's because you had a particularly good teacher to learn from, do you? Well, that might have had something to do with it. Would have learned how to cook if you weren't so enthusiastic. It's nothing, really. Sure, you already surpassed me. Right, I think this one is just about ready. Slide the wooden spatula underneath the first pancake. Deposit it gently onto a waiting plate. Tia takes hold of the plate before I manage to slip the pancake off properly off the spatula. Face flushed with happiness. Ah, looks so cute. I want to eat it right away. Ah, wait a minute, Lucia. What is it, Kazuki? Pancakes can taste nice on their own, but people usually have them with toppings. Gives them a bit more flavour. Makes each pancake a bit more personal to the person eating it. Personal? Yeah, for example, I like my pancakes with maple syrup. Ray likes lemon and sugar. Now, I'm honestly a maple syrup guy myself. Oh, that sounds nice. Can I have a pancake with lots and lots of chocolate on it? Of course you can. Wish is my command, milady. Don't say that. It makes you sound like a creep. It kinda does, actually. Yeah, unfortunately, the quote-unquote nice guys and incels have made that particular word very unsavory now, since they coined it up. Sorry, Ray. Pippa procures a jar of chocolate sauce from inside a kitchen cabinet, hands it over to Lucia. Before you eat that, you might want a few more pancakes. Having a single pancake alone on a plate is kinda sad. I personally bequeath a second, soon after a third pancake to Lucia. Lucia stares at a small pancake stack with wide eyes, her face flushed with happiness. She throws the chocolate sauce inches thick into the pancake stack. It starts to melt slowly. If you eat that much chocolate, you'll get cavities. Don't be silly. Let's see a dear Phyllis. All cavities would run away in fear at the mere sound of my name. Given cavities aren't sentient bugs, I find that highly unlikely. Come on, Ray, let's see you enjoy yourself. It is her first time having pancakes after all. I know, I'm just trying to be responsible. Ooh, man, those pancakes look fucking good. I wish I could just reach into the screen and fucking take them. Because, my god. I want pancakes so badly now. Want all the food in this game, pretty much. Can't deny that Lucia's pancake looks nice though. Pancakes are light and fluffy, and even golden brown colour without any craters or lumps. Brown chocolate sauce slathered on top begins to melt as soon as it comes in contact with the first pancake on the stack. Fresh from the skillet, and it oozes over the soft and yielding surface of the pancake, enveloping it. Starting to get hungry myself. I should start flipping my own pancake. However, I'm less invested in the successful completion of my pancake than Lucia's. I would have flipped it just as before, but my actions are slightly less perfect. Pancake doesn't land in the center of the pan. Pancake hangs over the edge of the skillet. I have to poke it back into the middle with the side of my spatula, which creates a few unwanted lumps and bumps. Did she get distracted? No, it was just a simple mistake, that's all. Come on, Rai, come and eat with me. I don't want to start without you. Why not? I didn't ask you to wait. But I wanted to wait for you, silly. It'd be rude not to, wouldn't it? But since when did you care about manners? I don't know, I just thought it'd be more polite, since I'm always bugging you to make me food. Well, that's true enough. Good manners never hurt anyone. Plate myself up a few pancakes, then add the toppings. Though my favourite pancake toppings are lemon juice and sugar, decided in a moment of mad inspiration, perhaps, that it wouldn't hurt to try the chocolate sauce and see it like so much. This girl, spending time with her, really is turning me into whatever the fuck that word is. Rich chocolate sauce melts over my pancakes, running down the side of the stack, almost like alchemy, minus the gold and the elixir of eternal life, of course. They really do look good. They smell good too. Starting to feel hungry, even though I just had dinner. Well, thank you for waiting, I suppose. I appreciate it. It's no problem. Food in Japan is good, but it tastes even better when I can eat it with you. Sia spears her pancake with the prongs of a fork and brings it to her lips. For the suit, fingers trembling more than they really should, take a forkful of my own imperfect pancake. Though I made a few mistakes when flipping my pancakes, they don't seem to have suffered for it. Pancakes are light and airy, sweet and fluffy, and melt in my mouth like butter. Though the pancakes are sweet, there's a certain wholesomeness to them. They're not particularly filling, being only light bites that take a few mouthfuls to eat, but they taste homey, I suppose. Maybe that's because they're still so soft and warm. Eating them almost feels like being embraced. I've had pancakes before, but I don't know if they've ever tasted quite as good as this. You two look happy. I am happy. Can't believe I've never tasted a pancake before. It's simple, but so delicious. Dad nods sagely. Sometimes making simple food can be the hardest challenge of all. Oh please, like you did anything to help. Okay, let's get forward a bit again, because we already read that next part. So yeah, we're back to the next option, and we are going to say is Dad for being so soft. Yes, that's definitely Dad's fault. She shouldn't have been so enthusiastic with the orders for further helpings, but Dad shouldn't have indulged her in the first place. Alright, this is where she wakes up with a stomachache. If he wasn't so weak-willed, Lucia wouldn't be sick right now. How many more little girls need to suffer before Dad realized the error of his ways? When Dad was stern talking with him at breakfast, he needs to know once and for all just how much damage his enabling can do. Alright, I'll let you stay here for today. Dad always stays at home, so he can look after you. I'll go tell him you feel sick. Thank you, Rai. I appreciate it. Wouldn't need to act like I'm doing you a big favor. Anybody else would do the same. Besides, leaving you here might be a good thing. It means I'll actually be able to focus on class for a change. Tired of hearing my classmates whisper to another about how smooth Lucia's skin is, how pretty her hair is, or how cool her hair-shaped accessories are, while I'm meant to be finding the angles on my isosceles triangles. I can't listen to Mrs. Tomorrow at all, since everybody's so busy talking about Lucia isn't there, everybody should start ignoring me again. I think we'll turn to the way it used to be, back in the good old days, when I was invisible Rai, sitting in the classroom without any presents. That's what I want, isn't it? Hey, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if it was your fault. Okay, so yeah, this one's different. What? And do you really think that's true? Well, look at it this way. Lucia's a foreigner, but so does so much Nato. How do you think her body would react to that? But I just wanted her to experience authentic Japanese food. I think the experience might have been too authentic. Could have killed her. But she liked it. She asked for seconds. That's another thing. Kept giving her extra helpings every time she asked. Once might be alright, but not 4 or 5 times. Average adult male killer whale wouldn't be able to eat that much. So what makes you think Lucia could? That's just about on the spot. So his hot coals are burning underneath his feet. Tears beating in the corners of his eyes makes him look particularly tragic. I just gave her extras because she asked for them. I was happy that she liked my food so much, and I don't think there's anything wrong with a young girl having a big appetite. Oh dear, you're always so desperate to earn the affection of others, even if it makes you look foolish. What do you mean, Yuki? Rai might have a point. I know you want Lucia to like you, I hardly blame you for that, but you need to put a foot down sometimes. But I thought you liked Nato, Yuki. I do like Nato. I was happy Lucia understood the subtle charms of my favorite fermented beans, but there are limits. No one girl can eat that much Nato over rice and not get sick. Maybe you have a point. Guess I wasn't really thinking. You never do. Don't hold it against you though. I think that's one of your most charming points. Still, you should try to remember that you're an adult. I'm busy with work, so I can't always supervise this household. I want you to take care of Rai in my absence, and Lucia too, of course. Yes, of course. I'm sorry. It's alright. Not trying to get at you. Just make sure you take care of Lucia. I'm counting on you. Yes, of course. I'll do my best. I hope Dad doesn't take these words to heart. I haven't left the breakfast table yet and I'm already starting to worry. You already read through all that, but I hope she's alright. I want to see her face again, with her innocent eyes and a wide smile. I'm gonna say my home is a bit inconvenient, but I'm not used to sharing my room with other people, but I don't hate her company. I like talking to her, it's interesting, especially since she's a demon who literally comes from hell. That's not the only reason I wanted to talk to her, though. Said she liked me. That was kind of embarrassing, but none of my other classmates have ever told me that before. And like my parents. I think maybe, just maybe, I might like her too, even if she is annoying. And then skip all the way to home. Dad, is Lucia alright? That's the first thing I ask when I get home. Before I even had a chance to take off my shoes. Uh-oh. Yeah, this is where we kind of died last time. Oh, and Dad's there. Hi! Okay, good. You're still awake and alive, which means I might still be... might get to live to see another day. Dad pokes his head out from behind the kitchen door, smiling sheepishly. Welcome home, Ray. I slip out of my shoes and discard my school bag, then walk into the kitchen. What are you doing in here? If Lucia's sick, shouldn't you be upstairs taking care of her? Well, you might have a point. But it might be nice if I made her something to eat. Hey, weren't you listening to me earlier? She has an upset stomach because you keep spoiling her. Doesn't need you to make her even more food. Well, I know that. I think he made a very good point, but Lucia hasn't had anything to eat all day. She's been sleeping. Well, she might need something to replenish her strength. Oh, so what did she decide to make? Rice porridge, of course. Rice porridge with lots of spring onions. It's good for upset stomachs. I want to lecture your dad about his complete and utter lack of willpower, but I can't bring myself to now. Made a good point, actually, surprisingly. Dad always used to make me rice porridge when I got sick. One of his specialties. That makes his rice porridge slightly thinner than most people, so 1 to 8 ratio of rice and water means the rice is softer and easier to digest. It's just a small gesture, but a lot of love and care goes into Dad's food. Not even a cynic like me can question that. Been a while since I had an upset stomach, so I haven't eaten Dad's rice porridge for a couple of years. Dad says I'm such a serious, no-nonsense kind of girl. Germs and bugs are too afraid to try and infect me. Maybe he's right. Mom hardly ever gets sick either. But yet... yet now I've got bigger things infecting me. Like demons. Dad, on the other hand, gets colds all year round. Not just in winter. He's actually quite frail, despite being so tall. I guess that is a good idea. Rice porridge is kind of plain, but I'm sure Lucia will appreciate it. Do you think so? I don't want to bother her. If I make her something and she doesn't like it, wouldn't that just be a burden? You're worrying too much. Lucia will eat anything if it stays still long enough. Let's hope so. Been a while since I last made this, so I might be a bit rusty. Dad loves fussing after me and Mum when we get ill. He never treats himself when he feels under the weather. Maybe he's just a masochist. Sometimes I do wonder. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Let's just not go into your parents' bedrooms, because they might have some adult toys in there that I don't think we should be explaining to a 9-year-old. Hey, Ray, do you want to help out? Why are you asking? This isn't some elaborate ploy to get me into that stupid maid dress again, is it? Of course not. See if I do something so underhanded. I just thought you might like to spend some time with me, that's all. I've not spent enough time with you lately. More than usual, I suppose, but this isn't just for me, this is for Lucia's sake too. Why? You don't need my help? You're far better at cooking than I am. You say that, but you're pretty good cook in your own right. I'm sure your skills will surpass mine someday. they haven't already. Happy you become mature so quickly, but it's a little too sad. Well, sad too. Don't be sad. You can do lots of things I can't. Don't know how to sew clothes like you. Don't really like the clothes I make for you, though. True. Don't believe I'm telling you white lies. Even if it might spare people's feelings, a lie is a lie. There's no two-way about it. Well, I already knew that, but even so, you're Lucia's friend, aren't you? Bite my lower lip, but I'm not entirely sure of my own feelings. I don't know what to say. I suppose I am a friend. I'm not entirely sure. Since I've never had any friends before, it's hard for me to know. Well, no matter what you think, it's clear to me that Lucia likes you very much. Sure, she'd be happy if you made her something. I know I would if I were in Lucia's shoes. Not sure about that. I haven't seen Lucia all day, and I'd rather go and spend time with her right now. Okay, well, we can either help him or go and see Lucia. Okay, I guess we're gonna help Dad make the porridge. Right, I suppose I can lend a hand, but it's not for Lucia's sake or anything. Who am I trying to kid anyway? I don't like liars, but lately I've been finding it hard to face up to my own feelings. If only I knew what my own feelings actually were. And we're back in our little outfit again. Right, here I am. You put on that stupid maid outfit you wanted. Oh, it's true, you look very cute, right? Never said you had to wear it. Never forced you to do anything against your will. Then why did you bother sewing this in the first place? I don't know. I just thought it would be fun. I saw this cute little advert on TV with a bunch of maids and I was inspired. So you get passionate about maid dresses, do you? Come on, Rai. You know, you're making me sound like a deviant. I just like cute things, that's all. I was blushing so much I was starting to feel a little guilty. No, I shouldn't be so mean to him, but I can't help myself. Sometimes I feel sorry for Dad, but I shouldn't have to, should I? I'm almost 30 years younger than he is. Alright, so stop talking about the dress. Shall we start cooking? Yes, Dad. I like that more than anything. I think he really means it too. Though I agreed to help Dad, rice porridge is a very simple dish, so there isn't much for me to do. I sat at the kitchen table, legs crossed. Everything is silent for a while, save for the gentle simmering of the water inside the rice pot when... Right, can I ask you something? You just did. Well, I suppose I did, but, can I ask you something else? Of course. You just did it again. I can never get one over you, can I? You really are like Yuki. I was just wondering, you don't think I'm annoying, do you? Why are you asking me that? Can I imagine it's very common for middle-aged men to seek affirmation from 9-year-old girls, even if those 9-year-old girls are their daughters. Well, I was a little curious. No father wants to annoy their daughter, but I think I might annoy you despite myself. Well, it's not that you annoy me, not exactly. I suppose it's more like you exasperate me? Exasperate? Is that really any better? I'm not sure. Maybe the two emotions aren't quite as dissimilar as I thought. That stings a little. Then why did you bother asking the question? Did you want to hear the reply? I did, I guess, but it's just as bad as I thought. I'm sorry if I haven't been a very good father to you, Rai. No, not as responsible as your mother. mean, I don't even have a job. Not working to support your mother, but it's been almost 9 years now. Not as young as you used to be, and you're getting older every day. You're always away at school now. You don't need me to stay at home and look after you. Taking care of Lucia today made me realize something. I like fussing over other people, and I like being relied on. Not happy that Lucia is sick, but I am a little glad I was able to do something useful for a change. Sounds kind of selfish, though. Dad laughs, running a hand through his hair. I've always thought of my dad as a relatively young man. I suddenly notice that the lines under his eyes are starting to look more pronounced. Is it from stress? Maybe from being married to a Yuki for this long? Or maybe the effects of the little demon child is finally having its effects on him. I didn't think Dad would have had much to get stressed about, being sat at home all day, but maybe not. Precisely because he's always at home alone, that he overthinks things and makes himself unhappy. I miss it when you were little, and you still wanted me to play with you. I like going on walks with you to the park. I like braiding your hair. I like telling you bedtime stories. I like teaching you how to swim, how to ride a bike, and how to cook. I haven't spent nearly as much time together these last few days, have we? Of course not. It's like you said, I'm getting older. Don't need you to support me anymore. I know, but I'm happy you become so wonderful. I'm not just saying that because I'm your dad. You really are wonderful, Rai. It just makes me feel a little bit unnecessary, maybe. Not really sure, but when you called me annoying earlier, it made me think. Maybe I've been trying to coddle you too much. I know I can be a little too enthusiastic sometimes. I'm scared it's pushing you away. I've grown up an awful lot over these last few years. Maybe I should try to do the same. Aw, it's okay, Father. We still love you. Lucia, are you awake? Right. Lucia's bright red eyes blink once, then twice. Face is pale, but she looks slightly better than she did this morning, even able to sit herself up, though not without a certain amount of effort. Are you alright? Don't exert yourself if you feel sick, or if you still feel sick. I'm okay. I was sleeping for most of the day, so I feel just fine. Raise an eyebrow. Are you sure? You haven't mentioned the tray I'm holding. You usually comment on that first. Guess I've been kind of out of it lately. I had this really weird dream. Oh, what was it about? I dreamt that I got kicked out of hell. There was this weird stuffed doll monster thingy. Then I had to team up with a talking bass guitar to save a girl made of marshmallows. That sounds like a pretty strange dream, alright. It was. Strangest thing is, I didn't even get to eat the marshmallow girl. I'm sure she would have been very delicious. Oh no, what a tragedy. It was. Made me cry. Anyway, Dad thought you might be hungry, so we made you this. Place a tray on the side of Lucia's bed, or rather my bed. Oh, that actually looks kind of nice. Rice porridge sits on the center of the wooden tray, steaming softly, perspiration running down the room with the bowl. Rice inside is pure and fluffy white, diluted by hot water, topped with green spring onions. The bowl of rice porridge is accompanied by one of Dad's favorites, herbal remedies, mug of ginger tea. Tea was made by Mix in half a teaspoon of ginger root powder, the brown rice malt, and adding hot water. This warming concoction is supposed to improve the circulation, combat common colds and allergies. That's what Dad says anyway. Oh, what's this? Is it some kind of soup? Spice porridge. Good for curing stomach problems. Eat it, you should get better in no time. Thank you for worrying about me, Ray. Of course I'm worried. I want to sleep in my own bed tonight, which means I want you out of it as soon as possible. Of course, Ray has only her best interests at heart. You know what? Sleep a lot and get well soon, okay? I'll do my best. I don't want to disappoint you after you work so hard for me. I didn't work hard. Rice porridge is really easy to make. You say that, but I know you try your hardest at everything, Ray. But you put your all into this. Turn my nose up in the air and fold my arms. Well, I believe in working hard at everything, no matter what it is. It doesn't really have to have anything to do with you. Whatever you say. Is she laughing at me? For the nerve. Anyway, thank you for the food. Glance at Lucia over my shoulder. It isn't because I care about her though. Really. Why would it matter whether she enjoys the food or not? Dad made most of it anyway. All I did was stir the rice and chop the spring onions. I don't care. I don't. I shouldn't even need to say it twice, because I don't like telling lies. But if that's the case, then why am I picking at her from underneath my lashes? Probably the same reason why I kept thinking of Lucia at school. Why am I worried about her so much? Well, I tried to walk home as quickly as possible to see her again. It's hot. Lucia draws the spoon away from her lips and blows on the surface of the rice porridge, trying to cool it down. Dad and I let it sit for a few minutes so it could cool down, but I guess we didn't leave it for long enough. Dad told me to wait a bit longer, but I didn't listen. Took the tray up to Lucia anyway, though there was no real reason for me to be so hasty. Even though it was a useless gesture. Even though I, Ray, hate wasting time more than anything in the world. When it comes to Lucia, all the common sense I love so much goes right out the window. Here brings the spoon to her lips once more. As she does, I ponder. It's because, no matter what I'd like to believe, I've grown to care about Lucia. Known her for 3 days, and I think she's selfish and annoying, far too loud for her own good. But none of that matters, because I care about her all the same. How could I not? She's the first friend I've ever had in my whole life. That's kind of sweet. And we actually get to day 5 now, without dying. Yay! Hopefully Lucia's gonna live too. Ray, wake up. We're going on a school trip. Alright, a school trip is today. We've actually never made it this far without dying, so... Hopefully we won't die on the school trip now. And it's gonna make it even more worse, because, I'm gonna be out in the middle of nowhere, I assume, so it'd probably be easy to hide my body, you know. Well, this is a surprise. I think this is the first time Lucia's woken up before me, and she was sick yesterday too. She went to bed without a fuss last night and fell asleep before 9 o'clock. didn't want to let Lucia use my bed, but I thought it'd be too mean to refuse her when she was sick. Maybe that's why I feel so tired this morning. I mean, sleep on the floor would do that to you. Had to sleep on the futon instead, and I'm not used to them. Now my back hurts. Oh, wait until you get older, then it's gonna get so much more worse. Right, your hair looks all messy. I mean, it looks the same to me, but that's because I just woke up. But I've never seen it look like that before. Like I'm witnessing something very, very rare, like A+++ rank. I have no idea what this A+++ stuff is. She's just pulling random stats out of thin air. What are we measuring this A+++ against anyway? Seeing me with messy hair is this A+++ rank. How would you categorize it as a real miracle, just like visions from God or water turning to wine? I'm not sure. Maybe they should be an S rank. Is that higher or lower than the A+? It's higher, obviously. It stands for special, after all. It might stand for special, but it also stands for stupid. You should be careful this year. You're right. I'll try to study even harder in the future, Ray. Besides, S comes way, way, way after A in the alphabet. I think the C scale might be a bit off here. It assigns far too much points to the mediocre and the mundane. Well, whatever. I'm probably thinking about this too much. Sia doesn't put any thought into her silly babbling, so neither should I. You seem very chipper, given it's so early. Of course I am. I already said, it's a school trip. Never been on one before. That's why I absolutely refused to succumb to my sickness last night. Does that mean you fought off your stomachache with the power of your will? That's right. You can accomplish anything if you believe in yourself. Belief is the most powerful force in the whole universe. I never give up on my ideals, no matter what. So, demons spout cliche lines like that too? Who would have thought? Huh? But I was just quoting from a manga you have in your room, right? Wait a minute. Manga? What manga? The one with the boy made of swords, fights in a war over a holy cup, lots of wildly inaccurate representations of historical figures. It's really cool. Is that what she was hiding underneath her bed? Oh, was it now? Yeah, I liked all the fight scenes. I didn't think you'd be into that kind of thing, though. Clench my hands into fists. They're trembling. Sia, when did you start searching through my room? I was sick yesterday, of course. But I thought you were asleep all day. I slept a lot, but not all the time. I had to find something to do when I woke up, or I would have gotten bored. So she decided to rifle through her room, just so happened to find that stack of old manga I thought I'd hidden away under my bed. Come to think of it, why was she looking under my bed at all? What was she thinking I was hiding down there? Maybe some very dubious stuff? Sia. Yes? What is it, Ray? Please don't talk about that manga to anybody else, alright? Huh? Why not? Is it meant to be a secret that you like them? I don't like them. I grew out of them ages ago. I just kept them around because it would be a pain to throw them away. That's all. Far too mature for childish things like that. I mean, I am the bone of my sword? What does that even mean? Not proper English. It's not proper anything. Don't you think it sounds cool? I guess it sounds a little cool when the character says it, but if I wrote that in a test, it'd get a 0. So unfair. Oh, are you embarrassed, Ray? I'm not embarrassed, but your face is turning red. Yeah. You're so cute, Ray. It's like unlimited blushing works. Cheeks turn even redder. My right eye twitches. Give mixed signals here, Ray. one part of you is saying that you like it, the other one is saying I have to murder this demon. Please, shut up. If she doesn't, I won't be held responsible for my actions. Oh, won't be saying that when we meet her sister, that's for sure. Oh, this miso soup is delicious. Looks like you're in high spirits today. Of course I am. We're going on a school trip. Isn't that right, Rai? You don't need to yell. I'm well aware that we're going on a trip. But I've never been on a human school trip before. I can't help it. Human? Dad suddenly pauses, his forehead frowning. Expression on his face is unusually serious. His eyes hard like stones. Uh-oh. Is he catching on to us? Cold chill creeps down my spine. Why does the atmosphere feel so serious all of a sudden? His dad finally knows just how strange Lucia is. And all the puzzle pieces slot into place. Lucia first forced her way into my home. I tried to tell my parents about her unusual background, but they didn't listen to me. They refused. Now that a few days have passed, however, I've finally begun to get used to Lucia's company. Dad suddenly realized that there's something wrong with Lucia. Wouldn't that be a big problem? What will Mum and Dad do to her? Will they kick her out of our home? Maybe call the police? No, since she's a demon, calling the police wouldn't be enough. Maybe they call a priest in the local church. Try to exorcise her from existence with a magic circle. This isn't it, right? Can't so far together, Lucia and me, but has this ruse finally come to an end? They're going to point a finger at Lucia in a dramatic burst of hot-blooded spirit, and firmly declare her once and for all to be a rogue, an imposter, or an unwanted interloper. Say, are you saying you're not a human? Yep, I already told you, right from the very beginning. I'm not a human. I'm a demon. Something like that, though. I sit there, blood frozen in my veins, waiting for the quiet, peaceful world I've built up over these past few days to fall apart, shower broken hopes and dreams. Something like that is not good at all. No matter how poor you may think of yourself, it's too tragic to think that a cute girl like yourself doesn't believe she's a human being. Crisis averted. I was gonna go with because Japanese isn't her first language and anything. She just got her words mixed up and didn't know what the word for human meant. What the word for human was in Japanese. That would make a lot more sense, but I guess we're going with this. Wait a minute. What? Lucia. Yes? Though you might call yourself a demon, I'll always see you as a kind and gentle girl. Don't think for one second that you've been a burden on us. I had a lot of fun with you in our home. I like cooking with you. Or for you. Didn't take advantage of our hospitality, and you're certainly no demon. And you think I am the real demon, for forcing my hospitality upon you so unashamedly. Yes, you do have a habit of doing that, dear. I think you're forcing yourself upon the poor girl right now. Lucia, are you alright? Well... Lucia stares at the wall, eyes glazed and empty, as though she's just witnessed a bloody battlefield. Maybe in a sense she has. What she bore witness to as she gazed into Dad's eyes was undoubtedly the sorry sight of his dwindling self-respect being slowly crucified. I'm sorry, Lucia. Did I frighten you? I didn't say too much, did I? Yuki, what's wrong? What did I do? I think you might have scared the poor girl, dear. That wall was quite a display. But I I was just trying to be understanding. First step to achieving happiness is to recognize oneself as a human being that deserves love and affection, right? Well, I wonder, did you say these things to the Sam because you want to convince her of her own self-worth? Or are you saying them for your sake? That's a complicated question, but maybe I got a bit carried away. Just a little bit. Fish the last block of tofu out of my miso soup and pop it into my mouth. Then get to my feet. I have to go to school now. I don't want to be late. See you later. Take hold of Lucia's hand and pull her to her feet. She doesn't resist. Doesn't do much of anything, really. This may drag her along as though she has no muscle to her bones. No strength in her body and no free will at all. Guess that's what happens when you have to deal with my dad. Pretty shy, but he can actually be intense in his own way. Lucia, I really am so sorry. And you're still trying to apologize to her? Don't be so selfish, dear. What do you mean? Aren't you burdening her with yet more worries? It's always better to see people off with a smile and a wave, not a sad face like that. Yes, you may be right. I'll do my best to say farewell, with a charming smile from now on. Good luck, dear. Promise to cheer you on, even when everything goes wrong and you end up crushed in the pits of blackest despair. Which happens, more than not. Thank you, Yuki. I can always count on you. You're welcome, dear. Okay, I know I mentioned this before, but now I really want to know. Just what in King Arthur's good name is up with my parents? We kinda know. But might have to do with a little spell that some other demon cast. But yeah, we'll get to that. Maybe. Say and I walked down the familiar path to school, alongside the winding riverbank. It's a warm day. The river is a clear crystal blue. Follows steadily, carrying a silverfish along within it, scalers flashing in the sun. A few ducks bob along on the surface of the water, are the yellow ones you can play with in the bathtub, but these ducks are slightly noisier than their plastic counterparts. It really is pretty. I can feel my worries melting away one by one, like smoke dispersing into the atmosphere. Hey, Rai? What is it? I was just wondering, what happens on this school trip anyway? Didn't I tell you already? We tramp all the way up into the mountains to pick berries, and we tramp all the way back down again. Rained a lot last year, and the paths were all muddy, but we had to go to the mountains anyway, because that's what my school has always done. You can't just beat bureaucracy. You sound like a disgruntled salaryman, Rai. I'm just cynical. How can I help it? So many things in this world are so stupid. I bet everyone looks stupid to you, since you're so smart. I get good grades, but I don't know if I'm that smart. Not really. There are smarter people. But you use so many long words and you're only 9 years old. I mean, just because you know long words or more descriptive words or whatever doesn't necessarily mean that you're smarter. I mean, anyone could use a bunch of words stringed into a sentence and that makes them sound smart on paper, but actually, they're not the brightest. I don't think knowing a lot of long words makes you smart. It's how you use those words that really counts. Maybe. You sounded really smart to me just now, though. Oh, you're easy to impress, especially when there is food involved, which sounds a lot like me. Maybe you're right, but I've never met a girl quite like you before. You're only saying that because I'm the first human you've ever spoken to. I find you interesting even if you were the thousandth or millionth human I've spoken to. You're rather fun to be with. Yeah, maybe convince your sister that, so she can stop murdering me whenever I upset you. Look away, trying to hide my flushed face. Well, thank you, I suppose. You're welcome. So, Rai. Yes? How do you get into the mountains? We don't have to walk there, do we? Of course not. Sure, the school would love making us walk 50 miles if it would cut down on the expenses, but that would probably count as child abuse. But 50 miles isn't very much. I could walk that in half an hour, maybe. Half an hour? Yeah, is it really so normal? Do you even need to ask? It's also you really not understand how unusual she is. So, if we're not going to walk, how will we get into the mountains? Do you have chariots? Chariots? That's right, like chariots pulled by skeletal horses. Like the ones Hades used to whisk Persephone away to the underworld. Really fashionable right now. I mean, maybe down in hell, but we don't really have skeletal horses in the real world. I was wanting one for ages, but skeletal horses are hard to come by. They're so expensive. So we're mixing Greek mythology into this as well, are we? Our already hazy image of hell is growing more and more distorted by the second. Nothing this here says adds up. Of course we don't have chariots. What century do you think this is? Centuries shouldn't matter. Chariots are very elegant, no matter what time period you live in. Maybe in hell, but I don't think that would work so well here. Roads aren't built for it. Oh, I see. That's kind of sad. A pause. So if you don't use chariots, what do you use? You don't have your own Cerberus, do you? Oh my god, I fucking wish. More Greek mythology? Really? Still trying to get to terms with the fact that Hades and Persephone exist, so don't go adding a colossal three-headed dog into the mix on top of that. No, of course we don't have a Cerberus. Who on earth would own a Cerberus? Why are there more than one? Well, it's quite simple. When one Cerberus loves another Cerberus very much. We don't need the bees and the birds talk, thank you. Alright, I get the general idea. Don't need to go into so much detail. But Aurora told me all about it a few weeks ago. I was really proud that I managed to learn something so complicated. God, you do not need to be learning about that sort of stuff at 9 years old. If you're being serious, sex education must be pretty lousy in hell if you only learned about the birds and the bees a few weeks ago. Or as it were, the Cerberus and the Cerberuses. Does that mean hell is overrun with monstrous dogs baying for blood with all three of their hideous heads? I had no interest in going to hell before, I certainly don't now. I mean, I do, and I get to have my own Cerberus, fuck yeah. And my own skeleton horse, maybe, if I can afford it. Ooh, this is a fancy looking bus. Man, wish we could have one of these here in Australia. Unless you want to rent out one, which would be very expensive. It isn't a Cerberus after all. Don't sound so disappointed. I told you our school doesn't own a Cerberus. Why did you think it would? I don't know, a girl can dream big, can't she? I don't think any normal person would dream about owning a Cerberus. This isn't as exciting as I hoped, but I guess it would do. I've never been inside one of these tin cans before either. Hey, not a tin can. It's a bus, and buses have feelings, maybe. I don't know, never talked to a bus before. It isn't a tin can, it's a bus. But it looks like a tin can. That's a tin can on wheels. So yeah, it does have a point there. Bus is an ugly rectangular shape, made of metal, and us Makashi elementary school students are crammed inside it, like canned sardines. One of our more eccentric teachers tried to pre this bus up. Didn't really work. Boss is still a boss, and these poorly planned attempts to make it look cute and cozy instead make me feel ill. That's why it looks the way it does. Don't like traveling at the best of times, but being shut away inside the bus with the rest of my class is far too overwhelming. I feel their eyes trained on me, showing me their poisonous words dancing through the air like scattered pollen. Oh, and they're back again. So good to see it looks better now. It isn't fair though. I wanted to sit next to her. Me too. Why does it have to be a psychopath? Why is it always a psychopath? Doesn't even like people. See is wasted on her. Got my head, clenching my hands into fists. Don't usually agree with the rest of my class. Care so little about their opinions, they're nothing more than a faceless mass to me. Which, very, oh, yeah, it's very literal, as well as, yeah. But now I wonder, maybe Lucia would have had more fun if she'd stayed with my other classmates. Any of my other classmates. Must be so plain and boring compared to the rest of them. Don't say anything in class, and I don't go to any after-school clubs. Don't have any friends. Now this bothered me before, but it's starting to bother me now. Thea's only ever been positive about spending time with me, but maybe she was just being nice. How could a bright, bubbly girl like her capture the hearts of my whole class in under a week, like a grumpy, gloomy girl like me? Hey, do you think I could be Lucia's partner for the rest of the day? It's a good idea. Might be sitting with Psychoba now, but that doesn't mean she wants to. Maybe she just didn't want to say no. Well, Psychoba can be kinda scary. We should go and ask her, then. Let's liberate her from that tyrant. Tyrant? Is that how others really see me? Hey, Lucia. Lucia turns her head. One of the boys from our class is talking to her. Face is so nondescript I can't remember its name. Maybe it was Fuji something. And the name thing has changed to Fuji something. I love that. Do you know who you want to partner up with on the trip yet? Yep, I'm gonna be with Raya, of course. That's because you're living with her, right? No, you don't want to hurt her feelings, but you don't need to stick to her so closely. Why don't you try talking to the rest of us? It might be fun. But have fun spending time with Rai, too. Are you sure about that? Don't you think she's kind of different? What do you mean? I mean, for a girl, she's kind of scary. Bow my head. I know she'll reply, but I can't bring myself to. Can't say I blame Fuji something. No, he doesn't like me, since I never interacted with him. Never give him anything to like. Maybe Lucia would be happy if she went off with him. I'm not right for her. We're just too different. And yet, scary? I don't think Rai's scary. Really? Not even a little bit? No, why would I? I came from hell. Hell is filled with all kinds of horrible things. Even vengeful spirits and pits of bones and a huge beast made of fire with 7 heads and 10 horns. Not nearly as scary as Rai. A beast with 7 heads? That's right, I'm not scared of Rai at all. In fact, she's my very best friend in all the world. She is. I am. Of course you are, silly. Let me stay at your home. You made me lots of delicious food. You talked to me when I felt sad. Nursed me when I was sick. Really a nice person, Rai. The best. Sia leans forward and takes my hand in hers. Palms are warm, and though being held by her is a little embarrassing, especially in front of the rest of my class, can't quite bring myself to care. It's comforting. I inhale, the breath catches in my chest and my throat feels dry. Why is my heart beating so fast? You know what, Rai? What? I really do love you. Aw. Well, thank you. At least they're getting along now. Until we upset her again. What just happened? It's been almost 10 minutes since Lucia's proclamation. Ray still can't process it. Was it some kind of dream? I'd be tempted to believe that if I didn't feel so distinctly travel sick. It must be true. Said she loved me. Not just like, but love. Yeah. Face turns red, cheeks burn, heart thumps painfully inside my chest. How on earth am I supposed to react to this? It's true that Lucia managed to get Fuji something to leave me alone, but at what cost? I can hear him whispering about it even now. Did Lucia really say love? She did, there's no mistaking it. Not like, but love. Definitely love. Definitely love. It's so unfair. I wish Lucia would say that to me. Perhaps Lucia did not truly mean love, but was unable to communicate her feelings in any other way. Given Japanese is not a first language? That must be it. I'm sure that must be it. Maybe I still have a chance after all. No way. When she said love, she really did mean it. All around those two is unmistakable. Aura? That's right. Pale white, lily-coloured aura of two girls in love. I sank down into my seat. Why did this have to happen to me? Right, are you alright? You were really quiet for the last 10 minutes. Does she need to ask? Isn't it obvious that I'm not alright? I hate being the centre of attention. A bold statement like Lucia's definitely got attention. I need to make notes quickly. I'm going to turn this into an epic original story detailing the true love between two shy, sensitive girls, schoolgirls, make loads of money at Comic Kid. And a manga adaptation probably, or apparently. This is just great. What should I do? Thank you, Lucia, or scold her. I know I'm gonna regret this, but this is probably gonna get us to another bad ending, and I wanna go see all the endings, so let's scold Lucia for drawing attention to you. Why did you say you loved me, you idiot? That's something only couples say, and usually on Christmas Eve too. The thing about her confession was all wrong. Timing, location, and the fact that it was Lucia to begin with too. What does she mean, love? Only 9 years old. Well, I'm only 9. Not entirely sure how old Lucia is. Time might work differently in hell. Doesn't look any older than me, though. Is it really such a big deal? Of course it is. Saying that you love someone is a really big commitment. It's something only adults say. Only if they, I don't know, want to marry each other. Is that so? Yes, it is. But I love my parents a lot, and my big sisters, and I don't want to marry them. That's illegal. At least they have their standards in hell. Even in hell? Of course it is. We do have some standards, you know. Don't want our children to be born with webbed toes. Oh, right, that's good then. But putting this highly interesting subject to one side, I don't think you should say sappy stuff like that so casually. What sappy stuff? You mean, I love you? Lean forward and my face flushed beet red, clasped one hand against Lucia's mouth. Exactly that. You spell such things in the open, you'll get teased, and so will I. Kiss can be merciless, you know. Oh, okay, I just wanted to make you happy, but if it bothers you, I won't say things like that anymore, right? Good. Lucia looks down at the floor, her hands balled into fists on her lap. Notice something under her breath. I still love you all the same. Wow, this place is so amazing. Look at this, Rai. I know what these fields look like. I've been here before. but I haven't. Sia stands there with her arms spread out, staring out at the horizon. Continental's views are pretty, hidden bough of strawberry plants tucked away amongst the mountains, but the aesthetic experience is somewhat dampened by my past experiences with this place. We went here for a school trip last year too, wandering around a leafy field with a wicker basket in my hand, juicing strawberries, or prodding strawberries to check whether they're ripe enough or to pick or not, wasn't very exciting. How can you be that enthused? Just a bunch of fields. Might be a bunch of fields to you, but it's like a whole new universe to me. I've never been anywhere so green before. Well, that much is true. It certainly is green around here. Not all of it, though. Point at one of the more bed-regular strawberry plants. Its leaves are sickly light yellow. It's riddled with holes. I don't think this plant is going to last much longer. It'll probably die soon. Right? Such a pessimist. Why do you always have to look at the negatives? I wasn't trying to look at the negatives. Just happened to notice it. It's not my fault. Some of the plants may be a little, dead, but that doesn't mean my enthusiasm is. You don't have anywhere like this in hell. I can't imagine the climate down there would be good for farming. Well, with all the fire and brimstone. You're right. How did you know? It was a guess. Even the air here smells nice. I can feel all my worries melting away. But there's no time for being sentimental. You have to pick all these cute, delicious-looking berries. I can practically hear them screaming to me, saying, "Lucia, please eat me." Now that sounds like something from a horror movie. Alright, let's go. She looks completely enamored. I wanted to tease her, but her smile was so pure, my words falter. Her face is bright, almost dazzling. Looks like a young maiden who's fallen in love for the first time. Well, she did say she loved me on the coach earlier. Could that have anything to do with that smile on her face? Yet too bad we're going to be mean to her and potentially upset her, therefore pissing off her sister. No, that's ridiculous. Shake my head, my face flushing. Sia might have said she loved me, but she couldn't have meant it. She's too young to understand what that word means. And anyway, she isn't even a human. She's a demon. And demons are capable of love. It seems contradictory. Sia's entire existence is contradictory. She contradicts the laws of modern science, rationality, and good old-fashioned common sense. And yet, though she shouldn't exist, she still does. She definitely does. If she didn't, how could she be holding my hand like that? Ray, do you think these are ripe enough? Kneel down, examining a strawberry Lucy is pointing at with the tip of her index finger. Strawberry is washed out light pink at the tip, pale green at the fatter end. Looking at him, it makes me feel kind of depressed. Should leave it alone. I don't think it's ready yet. Well, there's only one way to find out. Leah plucks the unripe strawberry from the vine, straightens up, and pops it in her mouth. You're not supposed to be eating it, I don't think. As soon as she does, her face turns pale. Hey, it's really hard and sour. Of course it is. Told you it wasn't ready yet. Why did you ask for advice if you had no intention of following it? Because I didn't know for sure. Well, now you do. Why don't you spit it out? Because it'd be a waste of food. I had to finish what I started. I mean, just let like the bugs and whatnot eat it. No, she is a complete airhead. At least she has some sense of duty. Just wish it wasn't about weird things like this. You've been eating every single strawberry you see. I haven't saved a single one. But I need to test it. They taste good before I put them in my basket. But at that point it's too late. Strawberry's already gone. Honestly, do you think before you act? Not really. That's boring. I want to live on the moon, like Badan. Theo punches his fist into the air. It now startles a few birds nearby, and they flop off with a series of alarm squawks. Don't even know what you're talking about, but thinking about you giving me it. Okay, I thought had a brain fart there, but yeah, the sentence isn't grammatically correct, but yeah, you're giving me a headache. Say with this sentence. Anyway, we still have the lunches Dad made. You don't even need to stuff your face with strawberries. You'll ruin your appetite and probably get sick again. Oh yes, lunch. I could eat that, couldn't I? No way, it's only 10 AM. I'm hungry now. Tia pouts and stamps her feet. You should have known I want to eat lunch as soon as you brought it up. Maybe so, but I won't let you disregard normal meal times. You're human. Well, strictly speaking, she isn't. But she looks enough like one. It still counts. Not an animal. So, you're saying I can't eat any of my strawberries and I can't eat any lunch either? No. Then, in that case, I'll just find something else to eat. Hey, where are you going? She doesn't reply, but she doesn't need to. Her actions speak louder than words. Takes a running leap to a nearby tree, grabs a hold of the lowest branch with her right hand. Pulls herself up the trunk like a monkey, digging her feet against the rock bark for purchase. Come back down there. If you fall, you'll get hurt. It's fine, I'm good at climbing things. Climbed the red sulfur stacks in hell more times than I can count. Given Lucia's less than spectacular grasp of rudimentary mathematics, I'm not sure if this feat is quite as impressive as she'd like me to believe. I don't care. There's a sulfur stack. It's a tree. Two are very different. Might be different, but the same principle. Lucia pulls herself a little further up the tree. Movements are surprisingly graceful. I find myself being drawn to her despite myself. Didn't Lucia say she was going to exact her revenge upon Mother Nature a few days ago? Alright, that was the thing. Is this spectacle part of her revenge? She tried to one-up nature itself, proving her inherent superiority by scaling this tree. Oh, she found an apple. Ah, it's just what I thought. It's an apple tree. No, of course she isn't. She didn't climb that tree to prove a point. Climbed it for the simplest of reasons. The exact same reason which led to mankind's discovery of fire. Did it because she was hungry. Ah, this is really good. The apple is so crunchy. It's all covered in dew. Do you want an apple too, Ray? I think I'll pass. Are you sure? It's really good. I promise. Here. Fine, thank you. Oh, come on, Ray. These apples are really, really refreshing. And they don't even have any worms. Well, I would hope not. I sigh. Not very hungry, but Lucia looks so expectant I feel mean to refuse her. Alright, fine, I'll try one of them. Yay, you won't be disappointed. Lucia tosses the apple down at me, knocks through the air a bright red projectile. Catch it with both hands. Here's my paws with a satisfying thud. Surface of the apple is shiny. can see my face reflected within it. Apple is slightly smaller than those found at a supermarket, and perfectly formed, not quite near a sphere. A few bumps and bruises that mar its skin only make the apple more charming, however. It seems more natural somehow. Don't need to take a bite into the apple to taste it. The scent is rich and enticing, and inhaling it makes my mouth water. You're cute, Rai. You look so happy, and it was something so simple too. I'm not happy. I wasn't even smiling. Maybe not, but I can see it in your eyes. My eyes? What kind of cliche nonsense is this? How could you even see my eyes all the way up there? That's right, your eyes look very warm and soft right now. Like toffee. No matter what you say, your eyes can't lie. Giggling to herself, Lucia takes the apple held in her hand and takes a bite out of it. Apple used to her teeth with a sharp, sweet crunch. And that was a very sweet moment. Only between these two, but also with the apple. Well, I can only assume it was very sweet. Even though we've been here for hours, you still don't have a single strawberry in your basket. Sia stares at her basket and gives it a shake. Though this sad little motion might make a bushel of strawberry appear inside it. It doesn't. How did this happen? I picked so many. Where did all my beautiful strawberries go? In your mouth. Well, I wonder. Must have been sabotaged. It's witchcraft. Gotta pin this onto a witch, even though you're a demon. Offer my condolences to any witches who might exist within our modern society, and to be the unfortunate scapegoat for all the world's woes. Even those are demons, apparently. Poor witches, whoever they may be, they have my sympathy. Lucia, however, does not. Teachers let us keep the berries we picked during the trip, so we could regard them as souvenirs of sorts. Not the most durable of souvenirs, since strawberries have short shelf lives, but don't think Lucia would appreciate any other kind of memento. Certainly Lucia perked up about her own poultry. Reed, non-existent, whole, after I said she could have some of mine. She's such a simple girl. Too bad she already ate all hers beforehand, but yeah. Sia doesn't look quite as excitable right now, though. And you think she seems exhausted. Sia, are you alright? I'm okay. She yawns, pale eyelashes falling shut. Coach goes over a bump in the road. She starts, body jerking. Her eyes snap open again. I'm sleepy. Is that because you woke up so early? Maybe. You're so silly. I thought you got so excited about our school trip, but you tired yourself out. You should have taken it a bit easier since you were sick yesterday. But I couldn't. Why not? Because it was my very first school trip with you, Rai. Didn't want to waste it. I wanted to see lots of things and pick up lots of berries and play with you. But now you're worn out. It was still worth it. Sia's laughter trails off, and her ashen eyelashes flicker shut one more time. As it turns out, it's the last time. And that is how she died. Falls to one side like a marionette with cut strings, and her head rests against my shoulder. Lucia? Hey, Lucia. I call her name, but she doesn't stir. Really must have been exhausted to fall asleep like that. With her eyes closed, her lips pursed, she almost looks like a doll. A life-size doll with uncannily human features, save for those horns and that tail, of course. You feel her hot breath against my neck and see, though just barely, her chest rising and falling in her sleep. I'm uncomfortable like this, but the rest of my classmates are staring at me. kind of awkward. What should I do? Oh great, we got another choice. I'm gonna regret this, but get her to move. Lucia. Going to Lucia again, slightly louder this time. Give her a shoulder a shake. What? Lucia cracks one red eye open, then the other, blinking blearily. Feel a little bad for waking her so suddenly, but it can't be helped. I have no desire to be gulped at by the rest of my class. Lucia already gave them enough ammunition this morning without adding to their reserves. If you're gonna fall asleep, that's fine, but please don't do it on my shoulder. It was tickling my nose. Oh, did I fall asleep? That's right, you look like you're ready to doze off again at any moment. My bad. I'll try to rest my head against my seat. Is that better? That would be a lot better, thank you. Watch Lucia. My shoulders stiff, back rigid as her eyelashes flutter closed once more. Body slides down to the left. Head bumps gently against the window of the coach. At least Lucia doesn't seem too bothered by this. Oh, there was such a nice atmosphere going on between the two of them. I just had to get the lovely Lucia the cold shoulder. Maybe she doesn't like being used to the pillow. I know I wouldn't. That's because you're rather haughty. Whatever. At least I don't inspire my fellow classmates and write lovey-dovey stories about them like you do. Wait a minute. What? Since when did that happen? Really wish I haven't overheard that. There are some things in this world I'd be far happier not knowing about. Same here. So, how was your trip? Did you have fun? Well, nobody died yet, so I think we're good, maybe. Yes, I found lots of berries. Look. You see holes in my wicker basket of berries aloft. I'm gonna shove it into Dad's face. Wow, you really did find a lot. That's impressive, Lucia. You're such a smart girl. Don't you think that's a bit misleading? I was the one who found those strawberries, not you. Well, I suppose so. But she has the decency to look ashamed, for a few moments anyway. But we worked as a team, right? You're my partner, and that means whatever is yours is mine. Whatever is mine is yours. That doesn't contribute a single thing to our so-called partnership. You just ate everything. Oh, Sure, Lucia tried her hardest, Ray. You shouldn't scold her like that. No, it's alright. I'm sorry, Ray. I shouldn't have lied. I wasn't trying to take the credit for your hard work. I just wanted to show off a little because I was so happy you managed to find so many delicious strawberries. I suppose that's okay. If that's really how it is, then it's fine. He looks between the two of us for a few moments, a small smile on his face. You really do get along well, don't you? What do you mean? What, you hold grudges for longer than that, right? But you've forgiven Lucia in a heartbeat. I know Yuki would be that merciful. Whatever, I'm not my mum, so that's irrelevant. Well, maybe. I think you look more like me than your mother, that's for sure. The way you eat, though, is uncannily similar at times. Dad frowns. Looks kind of nostalgic. Was he thinking about Mum? Maybe he's sad because she hasn't come home yet, even though it's already 6:30 in the evening. Uh-oh. Did they kill my mother instead? Uh-oh. That sort of guy must be working Mum hard. She's always out late nowadays. She never has enough time to eat dinner with us as a family. Dad tries to smile his trouble away, indulging himself in cooking or sewing to pass the time, but I don't know how effective that is. He's been happy with Lucia around to pamper, but that's only a temporary solution to his troubles. What will happen to him when Lucia leaves? What will happen to me? I don't want to think about that. thought it was painful. Anyway, since we have all these delicious strawberries, it'd be a shame to waste them, wouldn't it? That's exactly what I was thinking. Want to make these cute little strawberries into something really, really yummy. Strawberry cheesecake, strawberry pie, strawberry tarts, strawberry milkshake, strawberry defuku, don't know what that is, strawberry mochi, strawberry panic. What's that last time on the list? Something you can eat? Wave a hand in front of her glazed eyes. See ya? It's still with us. Strawberries are so tasty. I guess not. It's good as nothing but food on the brain. Same here, honestly. Well, it's nice that you're so enthusiastic about the strawberries, but I don't think we have enough to make all those dishes. No way, is that really true? Unfortunately, we can probably make at least one dish out of this, though. Wouldn't you like that? Well, I suppose it's better than nothing. In that case, I want to eat a strawberry shortcake. I've heard about them before, but they're meant to be really good. My big sister's had a slice of strawberry shortcake once. She said it was so good eating it. It was like falling in love. What about you, Rai? Do you want to make strawberry shortcake too? Don't dislike strawberry shortcake, but I think it's rather plain dessert. I've had strawberry shortcake several times before, so I know how it tastes. Actually, I think I want to try something a bit more unusual. What? Rai? You would betray me now, in my hour of need? Hey, I was the one who picked all the strawberries. If anybody should get to decide what we make, it should be me. But the strawberry shortcake is so good it feels like falling in love. What do you know about love? You're only a kid. I mean, so am I. I like to think I'm mature for my age. But I love food more than anything in the world. I love it more than the blood that runs through my veins, or the heart that beats within my chest. Might love the food, but doesn't love you. Got sick before you because you ate too much of it only yesterday, didn't you? I just miscalculated a little. Such a thing won't happen again, I promise. I don't want to be a burden on you any further, Rai. For a girl who doesn't want to be a burden, she sure is being stubborn about a stupid strawberry shortcake. You don't need to disagree on such a simple matter. Can't we make both instead? You already said we don't have enough strawberries to make too many dishes, didn't you? Yes, I might have said that. Don't go back on your word. It's not possible to please everyone. You gotta get used to that, even if you don't like it. Really, you are right, Samurai. I feel like I'm more novice compared to you. Maybe you are. Now, as you are obviously incapable of being an arbiter, since you're too afraid of hurting other people's feelings, I think I should decide what we should do instead. But you're clearly biased, Rai. So you might be my friend, but you're my opponent in this bitter and bloody battle. It isn't fair that you get to decide what we do. So you say, but these are my strawberries. We're a complete monopoly on them, and we're going to do what I want. But what do I want? Not the world's biggest fan of strawberry shortcake, but I am petty enough to spoil the sea as fun. Oh, absolutely. I think I'm more mature than that. Oh, absolutely. poor Lucia, I'm sorry. Trying to get one of the other bad endings before I get to the better endings, potentially. Right, you can be so mean sometimes. Why do you have to trample on my delicate, manly dreams? Because apparently we enjoy it, and also enjoy getting murdered by your sister. Because there are some things more important in life than your selfish whims. Blasphemy. Lucia takes a step backwards, her eyes wide. Actually, we changed into these silly outfits before we started to cook anything. Lucia, who can't cook at all, would probably blow things up or accidentally raise armies of the undead if she tried. By this point, it has turned into a tradition. How can anything be more important than strawberry cake? It's meant to be the most delicious food in the world. If you think it's more delicious, then you need to start broadening your horizons, Lucia. But the layers of light, airy sponge, the cream filling, the ripe, juicy strawberries studded on top. What isn't there to like? It's fine as a dessert, but there are more interesting, exciting foods out there. Food like this, for example. Ooh, what is this? I portioned up the strawberry risotto, splitting it between 4 different plates. One for me, one for Lucia, one for Dad, and one for Mum, whenever she gets home. I'm not entirely sure Mum would eat this risotto anyway, given Dad already saved her a portion from dinner. Probably just regarded it as an extra calories, unwanted and unasked for. Still, the fact that I made it might convince her to take a bite or two. I mean, it looks nice. The risotto was made with chopped onions softened in butter, white rice, wine, and vegetable stock. That doesn't sound like it would go well together, honestly. Strawberries were only added into the last few minutes of the cooking process. Mashed up the strawberries into a pot with a blade of a sharp knife, then added the sticky strawberry mush into the frying pan. Strawberry juice mixed itself with the white rice, turning the risotto a light pink shade, like an early morning sky. Further garnished the dish and drew attention to the unusual combination of ingredients. Chopped a couple of the strawberries into pieces, and sprinkled them on top of the risotto. The overall look is appealing. Small portions sitting in the plates look classy and sophisticated, like something that might be served at a high-class restaurant. Light pink hue, however, adds a certain amount of playfulness to the dish, makes it seem a lot cuter. Well then, what do you think, everyone? It really is impressive. You make great progress as a cook, right? I never would have thought of adding strawberries to a savory dish like that. It does look rather nice, I suppose, but what? You have some kind of complaint? Please tell me to my face. Do you really need to hold a knife when someone's asking that question? If it's right we're talking about, yes, she does. I blink, looking down at my right hand. True enough, I'm holding the sharp knife I was previously used to slice and dice my strawberries. Bright red pulpless, dicky strawberry innards, speckled here and there with white seeds, cling to the blade of the knife in a manner that can only be described as menacing. Thought Dad looked a little pale when he was meting out his praise over there, but now I know why. Do you think I was going to stab him if he said something negative? I'm sorry, it was an honest mistake. I was so excited to show you my risotto, I must have forgotten I was still holding this. Yeah, you have a strange way of showing your excitement. And with a polite bow, I place the knife back down on the sideboard. Thank goodness. So, even without the knife, do you still think my risotto looks good? Yes, of course I do. I wouldn't lie about something like that, right? Though his words sound sincere, I can't help but note Dad is looking at the strawberry-smeared knife laying at the kitchen counter again. Oh, really, that's scary. Didn't you want to try a bite? It'll be the best to eat it while it's still warm. Yes, of course. I suppose I'll try some. She works so hard to make it. I still want a strawberry cake, though. And here you go. Please enjoy. I slide 2 plates of strawberry risotto onto the kitchen's table, one for Dad and one for Lucia. I take my seat at the table with the plate of my food myself. Taking my fork, given risotto is an Italian dish, you have to eat it with a fork. to my meal and bring it to my lips. Most people worry about the sweetness of the strawberries will overpower a savoury dish like that, like a risotto, but that isn't the case here. My use of strawberries in the recipe was sparing. Moreover, as the strawberry is fried in the pan alongside the risotto, sweetness naturally dispersed, so it is not a pleasant touch-run, but instead has a tart kick to it. So happily, content, set my fork back against the plate. No such a thing might sound smug, but I think I did a good job. Especially so, given Dan Lucier's negative presence bearing down upon me from behind, like a permanent rain cloud. Do you like it? Was it pleasing to your taste buds, Lucia? Well, I can't deny that was pretty nice. Pretty nice? Is that all? Alright. Lucia gets to her feet, legs over the chair scraping behind her and prods a finger in my direction. It was really, really good. It was far better than I expected. It was nice and sweet, but not so sweet it felt sickly. I liked it a lot. Smoke leaned back in my seat and folded my arms. I know it's unladylike to gloat, but I can't help myself. I'd been doubted to such a great extent. I can't help but feel a bit smug, having emerged as the victor. Not that this was a competition. Of course it wasn't. Not that childish. Most of the time. Yeah, I was about to say, like, maybe some of the time, or... yeah. Hey, right? What is it? I'm also growing accustomed to my nightly chats with Lucia, because I don't feel that once feeling twinge of annoyance when she says my name. Has this become part of my routine? Talking to Lucia seems natural to me now, natural as the strawberries growing in the field. I had a really nice time today, Ray. It really was a lot of fun. That's good. I had a nice time too. You did? Really? Of course. Why would I lie about that? I don't know. I thought I annoyed you. You are a bit annoying, but you wouldn't be you if you weren't. I can cope. Thank you. Small silence steals over us. I sit up in bed, the colours falling from my body, look at Lucia. Lying in a futon, ashen hair spread across the pillow, stares up at the ceiling, her crimson eyes wide and staring. It doesn't look like she's trying to get to sleep. I guess this will come to an end tomorrow though, right? That's right. Sigh heavily, staring at my bedroom ceiling. I've been trying not to think about this, but I can't keep ignoring it. Sia's going to go home tomorrow, and what will I do then? I suppose my life will revert back to the way it used to be, if I knew Lucia, or demons, or hell even existed. Strange. I clung to my past routine jealously, resented Lucia for ushering in change, but it only took me a few days to grow accustomed to Lucia's presence. First, it felt odd spending time with her, but now it would feel odd without her. Absence would leave a notable lack in my life, gaping hole just like having a tooth removed. True that Lucia and I have done a great deal of things together these past few days, but perhaps it wasn't enough. Maybe I should have done more. What though? I don't know. There's anything I can do about this either. I don't know if there's anything I can do about this either. Just a single insignificant human girl. I don't want to try and argue with Lucia's father. What little I've heard of him, he sounds like a threatening person who should not be opposed. I suppose tomorrow really will be goodbye, whether I like it or not. I should like it. Thought this is what I wanted. Now, however, I'm not so sure. Day 6, and we're not dead? Yay. Day goes quickly, almost in a blur. I guess because I was so busy thinking about Lucia's imminent departure that I didn't have enough space in my brain to think about anything else. It's around 8 in the evening now. The sky outside has started to dim. Street lamps cast bright orange light onto the grey sidewalk. The moon hangs heavily in the sky. Lucia's going to go back home. In a few minutes or so, one of her big sisters will be here to escort her back to hell, and there's nothing I can do about it. I suppose that's just the way life goes. People come into your life and disrupt your daily routine like a whirlwind, then leave again just as quickly. You all have to grow accustomed to change. How else could we survive in this world? The constantly shifting weather, wind and tides. But though I know it's childish, I still don't want to see her to go. I'll miss her. Glancing at her from beneath my eyelashes, blinking. See her sitting at the kitchen table, holding a cup of warm chamomile tea in her hands. She's dressed in the same strange outfit she wore when I first met her, a flimsy black gown with light pink accents. Carry bag filled with the cute clothes Dad made for her sits on her lap. Every once in a while she presses her fingers against it, the plastic rustling, as though checking to see whether the bag is still there or not. Maybe she's tried to reassure herself that what happened over this last week wasn't just a dream. Bag of clothes should be enough proof that the time we spent together really happened. Now, minds aren't simply trying to trick us. Sia looks more subdued than usual. Head is hanging, lips pursed. She sips her tea infrequently, holding the cup with trembling fingers. All happened when Lucia leaves. Will I return to being the gloomy Sakaba from the old days of old? Sat in the back of the classroom and stared out the window while life went by without her? Sakaba who never spoke to anyone at lunch, or had a partner for PE, and always walked home on her own. I thought that other people were a burden, hassle, a chore, but now I'm not sure. I know the life I lived with Lucia, though it was rather brief. Don't want it to end like that. Our time has already run out. Hear a knock on the front door, a dull and steady thud, like a heartbeat. I'll get it. Laugh in the dad sweater. Dad rises from the table suddenly, almost knocking over his own cup of chamomile tea in the process. Untouched, but doesn't scold him. I think we should all go. Don't you agree, Ray? Lucia? That's right. It's probably my big sister. I'm interested to see what your sister looks like. I wonder if she's as cute as you. I mean, she can be cute in her own ways, when she's not murdering you, that is. I don't know if we're all would like being called cute. Probably prefer beautiful, elegant, or ethereal. My, she sounds very interesting indeed. What about you, Ray? You're coming too, aren't you? This may be the last time you get to see Lucia for quite some time. I know that. You don't need to rub it in. What's that? Nothing. Set my cup of tea back on the table without a fear, and get to my feet. For some reason they feel weak and wobbly, uneasy. I have to hold my hands against the table for support to support myself. Are you alright, Ray? I'm fine, it's nothing. We should go. I don't want to keep your sister waiting. I exit the kitchen and enter the hallway. I lock the door with a click and draw it open, welcoming yet another visitor from hell into our home. It's about time, too. One who stands today on the doorstep is one I've never met before, yet there's something familiar about her. Yeah, I wonder why. Blonde hair and pale lashes are just like Lucia's, as her creamy white skin and deep red eyes. Clothes are a light powder blue. Pale in line with her, they could hardly be enough to keep her warm. A large expanse of pale stomach is exposed, and both her shirt and shorts are riddled with holes. Does everyone dress like that in hell? Must be rather hot down there for outfits like this to be considered normal. I was used to take the woman's unusual appearance in stride, however. Maybe she is used to eccentric people being an actress. Oh, God, what happened to a fucking model there? God. Okay. Guess she didn't like being pushed back by our mother. Hello, and welcome to our home. Are you Miss Ivolis? That's right. My name is Aurora Suburbia Ivolis. I am Lucia's big sister. It's a pleasure to meet you. I know, the pleasure is all mine. Every bit as perfect as I thought you'd be. Really? You flatter me. Aurora attempts to sound cool, but I can tell she's secretly pleased by this compliment. It's nice to meet you. Well, this one isn't quite as welcoming, I see. But no matter, I did not come here to make small talk. Sia, do you have all your belongings? Are you ready to go? I'm ready, big sis. Here is a mess. Looks like I'm seeing a hairbrush in a whole week. Come here. Takes a step forward and begins to fix Lucia's hair, running her fingers through it. Lucia's head gets tugged this way and that, none too gently, and she winces. Excess, that hurts. Beauty is a pain, Lucia. Why else do you think roses have thorns? I don't know, because they evolved that way. Oh dear, you must have the imaginative prowess of a potato. Because all beautiful things must have a certain element of danger, like the sharp shards of a broken mirror, the sheer cold of a snowstorm. It is through pain and suffering that we are able to discover true beauty, and thus reach enlightenment. You say that, big sis, but I don't really get it. Oh well, I'm sure you'll understand when you get older. At any rate, you should take more pride in your appearance. You're a member of the great Elvis family, so you should act like it. My mum was always speaking in broken Japanese and wearing cute school uniforms. You don't scold her. My face, which was already rather pale, blanches. No, well, Mother is a special case. It's because she's scared of her, right? I'm not scared. The great Aurora Suburbia Evelys, is not scared of anything. I just, we should always remember to respect our elders, that's all. And see if they carry a katana around with them, right? Yes, especially so. Their mother definitely sounds just as scary as their father. Ron moves her hands away from Lucia's scalp and takes a step backwards, admiring her handiwork. Well, that's better, I suppose. It's an improvement. My hair always gets messy. You should know that, big sis. Then that's all the more reason to take good care of it, isn't it? I don't know if Rai cares about that, though. Rai, Yes, hi again. I blink. I didn't expect to be addressed so suddenly, but it makes me feel exposed. Rora's gaze is penetrating. Red eye is eerie. Felt like a filleted fish. My bones removed, the insides exposed to everyone. I shiver. So I take it you're the girl who was staying with Lucia these past few days. Is that correct? That's correct. Well, I'm very thankful that you decided to take her in. Of course, if you had not done so, things might have turned out rather poorly for you. Oh, we know that. We know that all too well, unfortunately. But thankfully, you don't seem to be in the murdering mood today, so yay. Hopefully, Lucia won't tell you about what happened on the bus the other day. Hopefully. Was that a threat? Did Aurora just threaten me? Apologize for taking Lucia back home at such short notice, but it had to be done. Mother and father both miss her. She has various responsibilities at home that cannot be shrieked. School for one thing, and a piano lessons for another. Wait, why is this the first time we're learning about the fact that she can play piano? You can play the piano? Now that's something unexpected. See her pouch kicking at the ground with the sole of her shoe. Yeah, I can. I don't like it very much though. Tut tut, mother and father pay good money for your lessons. You shouldn't be so ungrateful. All the members of the Ilvius family need to have a special talent. How else would we entertain father's guests when he holds his dinner parties? Can't they entertain themselves? Don't be churlish. You know these parties are not merely held for merriment. Father wants to show his daughters off to the other nobles, to demonstrate our talents and good breeding. That makes me uncomfortable and gives me all the icks. Especially if it's pertaining to someone as young as Lucia here. You wouldn't want to disappoint him, would you? I suppose not. It feels like a lot of responsibility. I mean, I'm only a kid. We'll have to grow up someday. Now then, I apologize for being so curt, but time is of the essence. Let's go, Lucia. Say your farewells. Right, See Lucia had to look at me. I seem even redder than per usual. Blonde curls flutter around her head like a halo, missing disorders despite Aurora's grooming. I really will miss you, Rai. I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun too. I expected to, but I did. It just happened and I couldn't do anything to stop it. Are you sure? I thought I annoyed you, or I was a burden. I was scared you didn't like me very much. Maybe not at the beginning, but that changed. I had a nice time with you, and I really will miss you too. Right. Lucia. Lucia throws her arms around my neck, throwing her head against my shoulder. Blonde hair tickles my cheek and nose, but I don't say anything. I can't. All of a sudden, my throat feels dry, and it's hard to breathe. Never noticed it before, but Lucia has a particular scent all of her own. One might expect a denizen of hell to smell sulphur or brimstone, but that isn't the case at all. It smells sweet and light, like a stick of candy floss sold at a festival. It's a comforting aroma, suits Lucia so perfectly, I smile despite myself. Even though I'll miss her. I'll miss her more than anything. Dear Ilvius, my first friend. Now it's time to say goodbye. Man, now you're gonna make me cry. It's making me sad. Can we just go back to Sister murdering us instead? That makes me feel a little bit better at least. Weight of her body pressed against mine still lingers even after she parts from me. I can still smell that soft candy floss aroma dancing in the air. Hear the sound of her heart beating against mine. Feel the warmth of her touch. But these are little more than ghostly memories. They soon dissipate. Now then, we must be leaving. It was a pleasure to meet you. Goodbye. That's right, goodbye, Miss Ilvius. Farewell, I hope you have a pleasant flight. Don't worry, I have no doubts our return home will go according to plan. Wow, I wonder if they have a private jet. Oh, such confidence. I love confidence in a woman. Mum giggles, holding one hand to her cheek. If I didn't know any better, I'd think she was trying to flirt with Aurora. Aurora appears to think that too, because her cheeks turn I like pink. Hope you sent us a card from Norway, Lucia. That bears a miss on it. Norway. Well, looks about for a few moments blinking. It takes a handful of seconds to assess the situation. Yes, that's right. We'll be sure to send you a card from Norway. Oh, did she actually speak Norwegian? I think that might have been Norwegian. How cool. Well, given she comes from Norway, I suppose I should expect nothing else. Roy rests a hand on Lucia's shoulder and turns away. See her mouth something at me before she leaves. I think it might be goodbye, then turns. Roy opens the front door with a click. The two of them step into the night together, then catching at the hair. Two strange sisters with their bizarre outfits and deep red eyes walk down the street together. Stand at the front step of my house, watch as they depart, hands crossed together at my chest. In a few minutes, the crisp stillness of the oncoming night swallows them, till I can't see them anymore. Man, that's such a sad ending. I mean, Jim and I go for it was bittersweet. Yeah, bittersweet goodbye, which it definitely was. But man, that was sad. That was sad. But because I have been following along with a walkthrough on some of these endings, so I have 2 other endings that I can go for as well. So yeah, hopefully they may be a little bit more joyful and maybe not end in death, hopefully, because I think we're done with all the sister murdering us for now, I think.